magic is imagination. We are moving into an age of manifestation. Things become actually less material, more ethereal. The golden dawn is when we awaken to this new station of life. What you think becomes real quicker. Regain our imagination, regain our inner child, and let that inner child out.
My name is Frank Castle, founding member of the music group Heist and New York City Neo Shaman. After a serious injury sidelined my career in 2013, I decided to set out on an adventure to search for myself with the help of the plant medicine Ayahuasca. What I discovered waiting for me was something I could have never prepared for. It was time for me to become something more, someone more. It was time I became fearless. In the darkest of nights, gonna let my light shine as my heart beats a rhythm with space and time. When the light starts to shine inside your third eye, you awake to the knowledge that you never die. I'm becoming fearless. What is up, everyone? It's your main man, Frank Castle, your sorcerer supreme, right here each and every Saturday night on Fearless. Thanks for joining me. Love you guys so much. Hope everything's working and the sound's coming through. It's been a crazy journey since last we spoke. And I'm going to take it nice and slow. Paula is down for the count. She has a pain in her head from the neck to the top and back. There's a lot of upgrades going on. A lot of fixing oneself. Do me a favor, smash that like. Subscribe and share as well. Shout outs to everyone that made my last video a little more popular than normal. I appreciate that very, very much. And I want to say thank you to everyone who spends our time with us this evening. Shout outs to Joanna Morgan, the Morgan family. They have baby Milo. Just came into this world. Beautiful. So much is happening. Shout out to everybody that sent me a little something, sent Paul and I a little something for Christmas. We appreciate it very much, and we love you guys very much. We're not skipping the season. We're just upgrading and getting in our part. Like I said, it's been difficult for everyone, and we could hear all the stories about everything of what's happening right now. And there's 100 ways we can go about this, but the honesty behind all of this is, are you ready? What are you ready for? What have you been doing? What are you done with? What have you completed? Have you even attempted to step out of your shell, out of your comfort zone to make something else happen? Something for you, something for someone else, something for your family, something for something. Fuck, just to do it. Just to do something, anything. So I'm going to tell you a little weirdness before we get even weirder. Let me fix my chair. Hold on. Okay. So I ate some mushrooms earlier today. Still kind of there. That's why I am the way I am. Right? 200 pounds jammed into this fleshy sack. Is just about had it with the pain. No matter what I do with my neck and my back, it is nonstop. I begged, I pleaded, I complained. I did everything that everyone else does. And then asked myself why. And then I got up and started doing something. So I guess we have to hit this rock bottom, so to speak, with the things that are happening around us before we get motivated enough to move into a gear, thinking that this is somehow going to last the way that it's been going, because it's not. There's no way that it can. You can't possibly believe this is the new norm. Unless maybe you do. Maybe you're so wrapped up into it, you haven't quite hit the rock bottom yet. You haven't run outside pulling your hair out. You haven't lost enough of you to realize that there's so much more to gain coming through on the other side, and that this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Everything that you've prepared for your whole life without even knowing or having an idea that we were even headed in that direction. We're doing it, and we're doing it big. We're not wasting no time with it. Why? Because it's coming fast. We've been talking about this for years and years and years. You've had every radio host that's involved with this and people that have been doing it for years now, just telling you the same thing, repeating in functions, and you want to know more. It's like you're soaking in the info, but what are you doing with that info? What'd you do with it? Because now we're here at the end game. And where are you at? Are you still complaining? Are you still crying? Are you still shuffling your feet? Are you still giving everybody a hard time around you? Are you still Mr. or Mrs. Miserable? You know, we're all going through it, right? We just have our own different ways of dealing with it. The way it looks to other people isn't exactly what it always is. So I ate some mushrooms today, and I was expecting something different. Go figure. And the visuals went internal. Everything turned internal. It was so weird. During my last experience, I started to become angry at the world. I'll do it myself. Pulled the Thanos on people. Just give me the glove. I'll go handle my business for me. I don't need any help. Back again this week with, what are you afraid of? Man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't really want to take this into the direction you want to go. And there I find myself sitting on the bed, and Teddy jumps into the bed and curls up into me, puts his paws out right onto my giant Santa beard, and looks into my eyes, and I hear him say, I love you. And I broke into tears. I cried because I don't want to see a bad day for this cat, for any of my cats, for any of my family. I don't want a hard life for you. We've already lived the hard life. Yeah, it looks more difficult now than it's ever been. However, this is the precipice of the new beginning. And I believe in that. So I have to shed off these last remnants of fear. Last time I watched Roxy get it, and Kadu get it. A couple other of the animals get it. Paula get it. My mother get it. And I mean, taken out etherically to show me what my fear really is. To sit now holding little Teddy. I just want the best for you, man. I'm going to do whatever I can to make it cool for you, because I love you and you're with me. And we're going to do this. I don't give a fuck how much pain I'm in. I'm going to lay here. I may be wincing every 2 seconds, and it may be annoying, but I'm in the game. It's okay to tap out. Say it. I'm tapping out. Say it. But you don't get to complain about it. And you don't get to complain and complain and complain and do nothing. And then your complaints are things like the presidential stuff and the vaccinations. That's generalizing. I mean, with you, in the home that you're in, with the people that are surrounding you. If you're still up on the President Trump stuff and the Joe Biden shit, back and forth, and that's all you're involved with, you have a lot to catch up with. You know, we're the advanced class in the deep end of the pool. And I tell you all the time, get ready, because you have to have yourself so right. Then when the politics flip, those that were only in the belief of the politics, right? Religion is just you're not even going to church. It's just, yeah, do you think Jesus is out there or something? Those beings are going to have a very difficult time. Those that are in the older flesh suits are going to have a very difficult time with this. You can feel the timeline shifts. You can feel the solar activity. So it's 55 degrees out right now. It was 30 degrees all week. The wind was so bad the other day that you'd get frostbite from standing out there. Today it's so hot and muggy and damp that the clouds moved through the Bronx as the mist soaked out everything. It's the nastiest feeling here. And I'm saying to myself, what's going on here? What's going on? Well, what happened 2 days ago, guys? Let's go back 2 days, 3 days maybe. We had a solar flare pointed right at us. Whomp, comes right out. 2 days later, here we are. One is in pain, the other's in immense pain, breaking through the shell while the other's upgrading. And then we just did the vice versa a little while ago. Even the cats are down right now. Everyone's just blacked out. The Northern Lights hits the top, kind of wibbles out a little bit. I tell a story of being up on tour in Lindsay, Ontario, and just being up on the top of the mountain, just being able to see far enough into the background to catch the Northern Lights. So that's 2.5 hours north of Toronto. In a clear sky, standing on the top of the mountain in a house, watching the sky move, because I'm from the Bronx and I've never seen that much sky before with stuff in it. I'm just shocked out of my mind. And if you stand there long enough, you see the whole thing moving. So you just got to stand there 10 minutes and you feel like it's moving, because I'm just standing there looking up and I'm like, well, that was there. Now it's here. Okay, it's moving. To look out and to see that green energy coming in, and it didn't come in very close, but it was low. And it looked like fingers coming out of the background, trying to just like ease its way into the situation, which was pretty interesting. It was the first time I thought I felt fear just looking at something that couldn't harm you and was up in the sky. Just never seen it before. I'm shocked. Is this stuff going to come over here? What do we do about this? Do you see this all the time? This doesn't freak you out a little bit? No. Everybody's cool. And then you get what happened a few days ago. You get a solar storm. You get the sun sneezes at you in your direction. And suddenly, okay, people that have been either using psychedelics or going under or meditating or in the practice of healing oneself and listening to that which is around them, they start getting the message of green energy coming in. Oh, you'll know by the green energy. Now, some of these people don't know the green energy is the Northern Lights. Like, who would know that, right? You would have to put that together. See, someone like me who's never seen it except that one time had to think about this for a second. Green energy, your heart energy, this energy, that energy. Well, okay. Well, Northern Lights. So we get hit by a solar blast. And then those Northern Lights now spread out 30% more over heading towards the equator of the planet, which is not really the equator. It's not going that far yet. But let's just say I just meant in that direction. So down in Jersey, Pennsylvania, stuff like that, you can see it. So now you extrapolate, you go across the board. You're like, wow, it's pretty interesting. So you're telling me that green energy is launched into here now and is surrounding that part of the globe, right? And then the globe flips naturally. And there it is again, permeating another 30%. So for those of you that say new energies and the event's not possible and that shit's bullshit and all that, fine. However, green energy, it's right there. Why would it be something so far out of our that it wouldn't just be, oh, look, the Northern Lights are now becoming lights that we can see everywhere, or we begin to see it everywhere, right? And as there was something else a few days ago, and there was something else today. Today's 12/12. Congratulations, we're here. It's 12/12. We had 12/12 on the 12/12/12/12. There we go. Okay, I'm sure you saw it coming in on the phone last night and this afternoon. I'm sure a bunch of you set the time and everything. What'd you do with that? Are you ready? Did you ground yourself? Are you prepared for this incoming energy? Because it's here now. Now we're wafting in it. So then it flips. You got people in the UK seeing it. Okay, now the solar storms are coming in, but portals they're opening. So these portals always open. So what are the dates that we go back? I think it was on the 10th. There was one, or the 9th, somewhere in there. There was a small one. Then there's 12/12 portal. So you just got doorways opening and energy shooting out. Same as it always been, except this time the energy is a little different. We're going into a mapped position on the clock face of the universe that now has that energy. So now that energy is being released. We can't just walk right into it because then you'll pop. So you get doused with it, right? You get a little bit. You play in the baby end of the pool. You sit on the steps, maybe you get your feet wet, you splash around, you splash with your friends. You start to realize what this is. Oh, okay, this is cool. And then you start going in. Okay. Before you know it, the older cats are sitting in the back end of the pool going, this is great. You got to come over here. And I can't swim over there. Don't worry about it. We're here. We got you. You can do it. And people start easing their way out into the water for the enjoyment, into that new dimension. Well, the new energy, new dimension. I don't know. There's a million things we can call it. So now 12/12 ramps up until 12/21. Well, what's on the 21st? Yeah, we talked about this the last time. Sun opens, new portal, new incoming energy. So you can see them turning up the knob. And I say them because it is a them, because this would have happened already. For everyone that's curious about all these things that are going on, they never left. They being Anunnaki, they being Toth and friends, they being reptilians and characters and galactic federations. They've never not been here. Do you know what they've been doing? We've talked about this over and over again, that there are spheres around the sun, not surrounding the sun, around the sun, out and around all of us. Think of it like a giant pearl necklace. All right. And as the sun's letting that energy out, the spheres light up. And you're like, what is the sphere doing? Every time that sun makes some kind of extra boop, the sphere lights up. It's almost like it looked to me as if the sphere was absorbing the energy coming out, all of them, and they were all kind of lighting up. And then the energy would just waft out nice and easy, and float towards our general direction. But this was for everyone. This isn't just for Earth. This was for the whole thing. And I'm pretty sure of that, because there's people and beings and shit everywhere. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. Not everything's demonic. And no, not everything is AI controlled inside the matrix. There are other real beings here. And they've been looking out the whole time, regardless of what you might think. You know, our feeble human minds can't figure out, Toth building the place, building the neural pathways for you to think. But now it's demonic Toth. Really? So everyone who picks up the weapon or the thing, you're just going to say, oh, demonic. Oh, it was this. It was the hell spawn. It was reptilians. It was the grays. It was the... Are we going to keep fucking using this excuse over and over and over and over and over again? Are we still afraid of demonics? Are we afraid of them? Do you live in fear of this? No, they're just another set of beings out here. Handle your business. We handle our business. You are the all. This seems to be the hardest thing to grip. You're the important one because you're the source. For those that don't understand, you're God, capital G. I've had to give up some of my language for people so they would understand me better, because they don't like the way I say it, which is fine. But I don't really want to leave anyone out. So God, it's you, capital G, in the body. Well, how could I be God? It's a lot of responsibility. It's the gift. It's you, creator. to believe that you're the only thing and that everything's NPCs only and it's just a certain way and then that's it. It's like you're just putting limitations on your belief, one after another, after another, after another. And if everything's evil and everything's bad, look, I build this, right? I didn't build this, but this is my comb. I could use it to comb my beard, or I could stab you in the face with it. But the guy who made this isn't demonic. He just made the tool. You could take a hammer, you could smash someone's fucking head in, right? I don't suggest doing that at all. However, you could also build a house with it. You can nail in nails and stuff. Take things apart with it. The guy who built the hammer is not demonic. You're not in a demonic system. You have an overlay of a system that you can call demonic. You could call it AI and all that other stuff. But it's an overlay over the original. So what does that mean? It means, well, the original's there. Someone took like a cellophane lining and wrapped the planet in it with you on the planet. Now you can't see out. And then they put one of those bags over your head. We talked about this all the time. Putting body condoms over your head, right? You put them one over. Then from the view inside the condom, it's not very clear on the outside. It's translucent, but I can see, but I can't see. And then someone takes another one and sticks it over your head. But each one of them is a bag that's programmed to only allow, maybe take one thing away, visualize something as something else. Just very, very easy stuff, right? Clouds aren't dragons, whatever. You look up, oh, it's a beautiful cloud. Then you put another one on. Then you put another one on. Then you put another one on. And now we're down to the 4% of awareness with no clue of what's going on. We're looking left and looking right. And the overlay is telling us what's going on. But we're breaking through to the other side, ripping out, dare I say, like Ace Ventura coming out of the butt of the rhinoceros in Pet Detective 2, where you're just ripping through and you're pulling yourself out. And everyone's got to go through this. There is no, I hang with Frank and heard what he said, so I could just walk through. It don't work like that. You are in your own university. You have to pass your classes. So if you're not doing anything with it, you're only screwing yourself. Now, as the creator, you can choose to take a deep breath, take in your surroundings, start sending love in all directions, question things, ask yourself why, and the answers start coming in as you go in from the outside. Well, it's not a cluttered mess as much anymore. You start to hear, dare I say, the real you. What is that? I know what that is. I do. I've heard this before. Have I? No, wait a second. Something's wrong. Man, it's like I'm in a dream. I'm starting to wake up. You said this over and over again. You are in the dream time. You think it's reality, but the real is right on the other side of the wrap. Well, the wrap's being removed. 100%. It's coming down. Doesn't matter what any political party says or somebody on the planet. Doesn't matter if the fucking Pope and the Dalai Lama hold hands and do a little shake about and tell everybody, fuck off, Jesus coming on the cloud. Doesn't matter. Not true. You can't stop this. You might try to slow it, but you won't stop it. You won't ever stop this. And this is why we're here. We are fearless. We are together in this. We're all a mess. We're all sick. We're all hurt. We're battered. We're injured, but we're also creators. And it's time to step up. It is time to get on the map again. Do you want to live the rest of your life on your knees? Do you want to sit here and have to think about what you're doing to the point where you're so worried just for walking out the front door? Right? How many of you get all caught up in just making coffee? Right? You know, I should get up and I should make coffee. I should do this. And well, but I didn't even have coffee yet. Man, just get up and make the fucking coffee. I get it. I want to choke everyone too sometimes. I want to choke myself half the time. I don't know who the hell I spoke to and was like, I can do this. I got this. and then chose to go, oh yeah, I can handle pain like that from the other side, getting into a body and going, oh no, I can't handle that. I can't handle that. I can handle that. I can handle that. I can handle that. I started changing this weird thing. I was sitting on the floor in this victim mode, and I'm in pain. You get hit by a car, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? I'm rolling around on the floor, and I'm like, man, your choice. Go to the doctor, get the flu shot, because my doctors won't see me. Nobody will see me unless I take a fucking flu shot. And I'm not looking for someone. I'm not going out into the ether and looking through books of doctors when you got Montefiore right here, Jacobi Hospital right here, and not one person will see me from any of these places unless you take one of these shots. I ain't fucking taking nothing. How about that? How about I'm going to stand up? I'll deal with my own things. I'll get a bottle of Tylenol. I'll eat some mushrooms. I'll go get a massage. I'll do what I have to do to make it. Okay, because the veil's coming down. This last part is painful. It's painful pulling this stuff off of you. If you wrap me in cellophane and I started pulling, I'm covered in hair, dude. I would be screaming. Ah, it hurts, but get me out of here. Get me out. So I made a deal with myself. I said to myself, come on, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You wouldn't have been here if you couldn't. You wouldn't be here. I was laying on the bed before, crying over and over and over and over and over. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Man, I can't talk. The mushrooms took me inside. I can't talk. I'm hugging myself. I'm loving myself. The cats, I don't want to lose anyone. Me. Get up. And that low get up in the background that just never stopped. Packing away, packing away, packing away. Man, I did everything to stay down. I tried to stay down. I couldn't. And I got up. And I was like, oh, this hurts. Oh, make the coffee. Make the coffee. Feed the cat. Feed the cats. Light the candle. Light the sage. I'm coming. You there? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? Yeah. Well, you don't look right tonight. That's all right. That's all right. There are a lot of people worse off than me. A lot of people want to know what's going on. Well, what's going on? I don't know. Did you go inside and check it out? We got northern lights sprinkling all over the planet. Seems to be getting closer and closer to maybe making a full green energy around us eventually at some point. If not, something you could write to the grandkids about and say, you know, I was there when these things came out, and the energy came out, and it was green everywhere. And then, you know, it slowly faded back into the, but I was there for that. These are all giant markers to remind you this is what's going down. So I said to the mushroom, I'm getting up. What do I, Frank, the event? Oh, come on, save that shit. They're like, no, you're in it. It's already there. It's on, dude. What do you mean it's on? Oh, I'm sweating right now thinking about this. What do you mean it's on? Man, I got fucking things to do, man. I got to roll a blunt. I got to make the fucking coffee. I got to help Paula. No, you guys are in it, man. Now. Don't worry about then. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh. Okay, so what do we do? What are you going to do? I don't know. I feel like I'm freaking out a little bit. What are you freaking out about? I don't know. There's really nothing there. It's all this shit and programming and nonsense. And I feel like Paula's down right now. Now, when I was looking at her, it looked like computer code was being taken out of her head. Okay, through her neck. That bone that's right here over the top shell. It's like it was being pulled out. And I'm going, what is this? And my pain is right there. It's right here, right in that fucking point. I'm like, man, what is this? Like, you guys are changing. You guys are making space and clearing out room. For what? More light. You guys been saying we're going to 5D, new Earth, fifth dimension, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's all the same thing. It's not different. Everyone's coming out of a movie theater at the end of the movie, and they all go to different places, right? You go home, this one goes here, this one was visiting from out of town. It's the same shit. Same thing. Lights come on, everyone starts moving into position again. You're like, oh, the movie's over. Movie's over. Oh, look at that. And the new trilogy starting. But wait, it's not written? What do you mean it's not written? Well, you guys write it as you go. Well, how's that possible? How are you writing this as well? Well, because you were scripted. You were scripted inside of the matrix and the pullover and the bags over your head. It's the matrix. We're pulling them off. You don't need to wake up in the tank to realize, oh, matrix. There are tanks everywhere. You are in tanks in all different parts. If you were like in 12D and you're like, bro, I'm going to come down to 3D, you're going to go into 12D and then you manifest your birthing whatever into 11. And from 11, whatever you do there, you jump off and you go to, 10. And you make your way down and you descend the ladder until you feel you're at rock bottom. This is the furthest I can go. I am completely not connected to source no more. God doesn't even know who I am. Nope. You just aren't aware of it. But yeah, you're connected the whole time. But then you make your way back up. Now we're at the point where you're like on the 4th step out of 12, right? And you're going on to the 5th step. And then everything changes. How is that possible? Well, what do you mean it changes? Well, don't you feel different? Doesn't it look different? It's like, well, dude, everything's falling apart. What's falling apart? The old ways, the shit that didn't work that you want to so desperately go back to the fucking normal. I was having a joke the other day. I was telling my dad, I'm like, I put my money in the bank. It gets taxed from the check. Put it in the bank. They give me a card. I got to keep so much in the bank, or they take money. And then I go take money out of an ATM that's not mine. That takes money. So you're just money, take. None of this is good. None of this is good. I don't know where anyone thinks any of this is good, but we were all controlled by we'll keep it easy, by the dark magic. Nothing to see here. The snakes do this thing like vampires, right? They get you to do the things through the hypnosis. I was watching video of, I guess it was Barbara Bush, that old fucking clunky, ugly bitch. She would talk to people like this. And there's tons of video, but YouTube, by the way, I'm thankful we have it so we can cut through the bullshit. But however, they cut up all the good stuff and get rid of it and hide it. But you can find video of her talking about the bushes where she's staring at you and then repeating talking points on the news live. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Shout outs to Josh Carruthers, you the magician. He's like, man, that's glamour. They're using glamour. I go, yeah, that shit's not working. To me, you look like a fucking dummy. And back then, people were like responding after the newscast, like, wow, this would have never been possible without the bushes. It's like, you just heard her say that 3 times while she stared at you like this. Come on, we're a little bigger than that. We're a little better than that. Come on now. You're getting the opportunity to step out of this garbage. That's a scrying mirror. Your television, your computer, your fucking phone, it's a scrying mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? This fucking thing's just going to lie to you and just tell you all this stuff, and you're going to believe it like as if that's what's happening. This is the truth, and this is what's up. And if you don't hear it from me, it's not, something I'm noticing. I went down with the mushroom experience. And I know I'm all over the place, but I'm starting to get my energy back. And I wake up and I'm like, your heroes, the people you follow, like we're the Fearless family, right? You're following me. There's a whole bunch of other tribes and families. And a bunch of them walk around saying they don't know, but we do. So if you don't follow us, you will never have the inside track. Oh yeah, what are you selling? What are you selling? What are you selling? You selling snake oil? Because you're going to see all your heroes fall apart now. You're going to see those who didn't put the traction where it was supposed to be, those who would deceive you over money because I need. Okay, so just tell them whatever. They'll fucking believe it. You're going to see it. You're going to see your the people you follow. You should be a leader, by the way, but I'm talking about the followers. Die hard. Let's click dislike 6 times on Frank because we know who he's talking about. Psh, everyone's getting caught up in schemes and scams and lies, more lies and deception and bullshit. Now, I'm not saying I'm the fucking be all, but I'm not lying to you, but I'm also not selling you anything. I usually just tell the story and just take with it what you want. You decide what to do. Anyone telling you we're going to touch this to make this, go fuck yourself. Literally, get the fuck out of here. Well, if we don't do this, what's going to happen? So just like the enemy tells me it's never going to happen, it's really this and it's evil and scary. You're saying it's not real. It doesn't exist. It'll never happen unless I touch this. Really? Get the fuck out of here. You're lucky you're not in my nightclub. I'll throw you right out on your fat ass. The lies and the schemes and the cheating and the stealing and the fucking... It's everywhere. It's in every direction. You're going to watch them fall apart now. And what are you going to do when they fall apart? Are you man and woman enough to stand there in your own truth and understand that this is the shit that goes on? Or do you go down with that ship? Like I met so many of my heroes. So many. They weren't my heroes when I met them. I met so many fucking people. I'm going to tell you something funny. I met Adam Kokesh. He ran for president. None of you's ever heard of him. Adam versus the man. We got along really good. We had a fun time hanging out together. It was like meeting a lost brother out there that I haven't seen. I didn't even know existed. And now I was looking kind of up to these guys in the truth movement just because their position, they got a show, they got this, they got that. Okay. And these people are very nice to me. Very nice to me. However, there are moments when you meet your hero at the show and they're there and you're there and you did your show, your part. Now it's my turn to do my part. And you try to pull the audience away from all the musicians. We're going to go karaoke across the street, up the block. Bitch, they just paid $20 to see me. Right? You're done. You were lunch. We're fucking dinner. Okay? So he's like, come on, Frank, we're going over there. I'm like, no, Frank ain't going nowhere, bitch. You're going to learn something right now. I'm literally, and I'm not the top act. I'm like maybe the third opener to open the show with a boom, boom, boom. But there's guys so much better than us, or we're all equally awesome. I'm not going to take away from anyone because I've seen performances from people like Jordan Page and I can't even remember everybody's name, but from that ilk that are just awesome. Now, I would describe them as just awesome. And you're going to tell me you're going to go across, you're going to take the crowd from my room, okay, and pull it across the street to go karaoke, and you want to bring me? What are you, fucking nuts? I'm here with Rebel Inc., bitch. And I don't even get along with them. And they're great. They're fucking great. Well, they were. I don't know if they're still together, but they're fucking really good. There's so many. And then you try to pull it away, and everyone runs out. Frank, you're not coming? No, Frank's not coming. Give me the microphone. I got on stage, started performing. In 30 seconds, I had it was anywhere from 200 to 300 people wobbling around back up front, right in front of the stage again for the rest of the acts. See, we're all here to do this together. The minute you try to take whatever advantage you think you have because of your stardom, your fame, and your fortune, or whatever the fuck you think you have, and you try to then deceive us and fuck us over because I'm Frank from the heist. Well, the heist is about to perform, bitch. Oh, you didn't know? You get with it or you get crushed by it. See, this is my internal rock star is like, what's wrong with you? I thought we were a team. And then I saw him for what he was. Guess what? He went out, took a bunch of people. They all came back. He was in the back of the fucking room, and I don't give a fuck. He's a great guy. I love him. He was in the back of the room, pacing back and forth. Didn't know what to do with himself. Now, am I supposed to feel bad for him? He just tried to wreck the show. But we're friends. But it's the truth movement. It's the whole... I watched them fall apart. I watched the whole thing fall apart. You need to stand in your power when you know your truth is the truth, and you need to just go and do what you need to do. There's no time to waste no more. I don't have time to. I'm not waiting another fucking minute for somebody to just try to fucking play a game in here. I don't got time for that. You be wasting the one thing that's more precious than everything else, and that's time. And we have a limited amount of time because of life, and life tick, 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 all dead. Okay? Enjoy the ride. But you want to waste my fucking time. You want to waste all these people's time. You want to take money. You want to say things that are untrue. And then you want to distance yourself from this, that, or the other thing and create separations among the tribes. Separation amongst the tribes? Anyone who's causing more separation, or any separation for that matter, unless you're pulling away from the negativity itself, is the problem. Just letting you know now. You don't have to agree with me. You could just hear this out and go, whatever, because this is the next part. You want to handle your business. Well, why do I want to handle my business? Well, that fifth step that we take in that ascension ladder, when you step in it and you break through that cellophane wrapper, that body condom that's over your face that's been telling you, look left, look right. No, pay attention to me. Cardi B is number one on the, and this is time person to the, all nonsense. All fucking nonsense. Okay? All of it. And you step through and you feel freedom. Freedom. Ooh, lots of freedom. What's all this other stuff? Well, there's people here too that have been waiting for you. Waiting for you. This is your cosmic family. And it's so difficult to remind myself that we're standing on the ground, right? And inside this planet that we're on is a whole nother shitload of civilizations that you can't call ET because they're from here. Some aren't, but a lot are. So you have earthlings that are not human. Earthlings that are not human. Interesting. That have been here a long time. Now, this is all great and grand, okay? But then you have to be in your rightness to meet them, right? How long do you stare at something when you're unsure of what it is? Or go up to this thing and take care of it and you're so frightened of it? You know, or you see an animal for the first time at the zoo and you're stunned. You've never seen that before. Or the Frank on top of the mountain with the green lights. What do we do? I don't know. How are you going to handle it when they just walk up to you and say greetings? But they look nothing like you. Or they do a little bit. Right? There's a lot of racism. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I'm in the Bronx. If we break through that racist stuff by being extra racist sometimes, and we all hug each other and love each other, it's to get over that. But how are you going to be racist against a white person and a black person and a Spanish person and an Asian person and an Indian person and an American Indian person and a Polish person and a Russian person? But you want blue people? You want green people? You want gray people? You want giant insects? You want lion men? Fairies? And dragons? What are you, fucking nuts? You guys can't even talk to your neighbor. Okay, so how are you going to handle that? Go ahead. I'll give you a couple seconds. How you handle it? Okay, if you didn't have an answer for me, I don't know what to tell you. All right, but this is what's going on. So what answer do you have for yourself? You're going to give yourself a heart attack? You're going to throw yourself out the window? What do you want to do with yourself? How do you want to handle this? Because it's all headed that way. My mother would tell me, Frank, I don't have time for this. I got to go to the bank. I got to do stuff. And my brother would tell me, Frank, I don't have time for this. I got things to do and whatever. I'm like, okay, well, for the 5 hours I've been here with you, you've been on your phone 3 hours. Nonstop. You took it into the bathroom 6 times. You went over here. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do or how to live your life. But if you put that down once when you go in the bathroom and then come out, you've already meditated. So you go take your number 2 and meditate during that. There's plenty of time to do it. You just got to want to do it. Okay, those that don't want to do it because they just want everything to be normal, they're just begging to be reprogrammed and put back into the matrix. I know this is delicious and my mouth tells me it's yummy. However, it's fake. Okay, so you're living off fake stuff, but you don't know any better because you never had anything more. So you're afraid then, oh, if the whole world's going to change, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? We're all here together. You know, I started talking about Bitcoin when it was $800. Okay. Now we're at $18,000, jumping up and down, jumping up and down, jumping up and down. I've heard everything that they're going to shut you down. They're going to come into your house and take you. They're going to fucking cheat you out of your this, and they're going to tax that, and they're going to do. Ain't nobody fucking did nothing. Nothing. Okay. Stuff has happened, but if you don't play smart, it's fucking Wild West, right? You don't get your paycheck at the end of the week. You're fucked, right? Well, I don't have a future because of what happened to me. So I jumped into Bitcoin. I start throwing it out there. Now we're at this ridiculous price. And everyone's like, well, it's too late to get in. Oh, fear, more fear, more fear. It's percentages. If it's going to be $1 million and it's under 20,000 now, your 1,000 will still create thousands. Your 100 will still create thousands. Your $10 will create $100. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for the future to just appear in your lap so you could go, I can't handle this. Everything's changing. Go with it. Say fuck it once in a while. Throw it down. Change. It's good. Everything changes. My grandfather said to me, and he's pretty much on his deathbed now. He's not doing good. And he's like, oh, I can't handle change. I go, what are you talking about? I can't handle change, Frank. All you do every day is change. The only thing that doesn't change is your fucking routine, right? Because you're so programmed by it. I go upstairs, I go downstairs, I look outside, I watch the news, I complain. But the truth is, you're 90 years old. You were around before fucking air conditions. So did the air condition bother you when you got it? No. Does summer, spring, winter, fall? Oh, so it changes 4 times without you even having to do nothing. The weather changes constantly. My attitude changes. I just changed my underwear. We changed the sheets. I changed the blinds. Change. This is how they are. This is how people are. I can't take change. You're changing all the time. All right. Your new hours at work are 8 to 8. I got you on shifts, kid. So, but I was 5:30 to 2. Well, now you're 8 to 8. Well, you're doing it, right? Because it's bringing in money. Oh, I don't like change. But now you're like, bro, I love this. I didn't even know I would have loved these hours until I had the hours. Like I used to say, I can't work midnights. I can't, what are you fucking nuts? I'm a rock star. I can't work midnights. Then I got on midnights. There was no one there. And I was able to just work and listen to music. And I was so productive that I didn't want to ever come off midnights. I was like, holy shit. I work midnights in a fucking cemetery and it's awesome. Right? Change. It's good. All right. Sometimes change is a lateral thing or a step back to take 2 or 3 steps up. Remember, when you feel you're going back, but you've been momentum moving forward, but you're like, what's going on here? What's going on? You might be in a launch position. You might be getting ready to be launched. I got all my ducks in a row. I got everything lined up. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I feel this intense, and then you're out there. And it's the truth. Things come around. How do I explain this without sounding like a dick? Okay, so we were at a couple hundred views, down from when we worked with TFR from 4,000, 5,000 people. And I always wondered, is this going to go back up? Who's hearing us? Who's got to do what? Now, I can't trip on any of this shit. But, so I'm just watching the numbers and, little Frank inside of me is going, well, it'd be better if we can somehow do this. But at the same time, I'm not trying to save the world. I'm not making any stuff on there. I'm not trying to. It is what it is at this point, right? I'm not trying to fucking sell you a book and stuff and tell you this is the only way you can do it. So I watch as things come back up, like Bitcoin was out of the general mind of people, right? It loops back in at some point when the money raises, and you're like, oh, there's Bitcoin again. Oh, there's Bitcoin again. There's Bitcoin again. Well, things were coming into the awareness. Sorry, my language is a little off tonight. To the public's awareness, to the whole planet, it keeps coming back. Right now, it was Galactic Federation came back into the thought of people, And then the snakes, people were dreaming of snakes 5 days before I went live. I was doing mushrooms and doing all kinds of shit. And I came out and just said what I said. And then it was snakes, 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 boom, Bitcoin. The loops are getting smaller and smaller. I'm watching them come in, and the numbers just went up. Boop. They went up by half. So I was like, whoa. Well, okay. I mean, naturally, it's not thousands, but I'm looking though, and I'm kind of wondering, hey, and they're like, you're taking it and you're walking right up into it. You feel, because you're not getting likes or shares or a lot of people watching. You know, everybody's got their people they watch, so don't worry about it. I'm like, yeah, but man, I got everything in a low, and I'm saying the story, and you guys told me to, and then I feel like I should be doing this, and I'm going up the stairs, but I feel this pullback. I'm like, what is that? What is, and then boom, the information hits, launched right into the next thing. And you're like, wow, I can't even believe this happened like this. This is really cool. It's like, well, the information's relevant. It's like, I'm not trying to look, you know, there's a measure of success we have for each other, for our own stuff. And I was looking at mine going, should I be measuring my success this way, or by the people that are like, hey, we got this, right? So it's not my job to wake up the world. It's just trying to help those around me, and do the best I can. Because for each one of us that is on point, Aya told me, they were like, when you were helping Joe, it's the most relevant thing, because one saved person, or one person who saves themselves and comes up, is stronger than 10,000 with their hands up waiting for Jesus to come. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty intense. That's pretty intense. They're like, dude, forget it. Just keep going. Don't worry about the numbers. Everything will work itself in time. And as the old style falls away, and the old deceptions fall away, and the old bullshit starts to fall away, we just start to rise. We just start to rise. And, you know, I feel bad for some of these people, because my first initial thing is hang them, fuck them. Look, you made your bed, go lie in it. Right. And then there's this weird thing in me now. It's like a compassion thing that goes, no, well, this one's sick, and that one's got this, and this one's got, you know, everyone's just trying to do it. But at the same time, if I'm sitting in the room with a snake and it's biting at me and it has poison and it could fuck me up and it could do something weird to me, and you need to get out of here. You need to get out. I'm going to remove this from my stuff. Okay. I feel bad for you. You know, I want you to get the fuck out of here. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, but I love you. So I'm just not going to involve myself with you. I'm not taking hot showers with you. We're not going for long walks. However, I want you to succeed. I want your success. I want you to be strong enough to overcome these weaknesses that are defined by deception, and work your way back up into a beautiful place. And if you can't, well, I send you love. It's a lot better than go fuck yourself, right? It's more defined. It helps me more to understand what's going on around us. I'm not going to sit in it no more. I'm not going to believe what you tell me and then leave it to the gods to decide, lowercase g's, right? Well, Frank said it, it's got to be true. No, put me right there and question me. Hey, you sure about that? Hey, what'd they say about this? Hey, light by feet to the fire, man. I don't give a shit. It's just, I'm just going to say what it is. Then you take what's good that goes off in your mind. Man, that was pretty good. Or that felt right. And everything else he said was bullshit. But that one thing is enough to get you to go on to do the great things in your life. It's just one little extra step, like you're building little stones go up. We're building a little ladder to go up, and we're going and going and going. Right? So I'm watching all this, and it's all in the details. As it's all falling away and it's all falling apart, and it's all, and I don't know if I can, and should I do more, and what should I do? Should I hire someone? Should I get involved? Should I do this? And so, do you really want to? What do you got going on here? What's the next step? Well, you guys keep saying ships, UFOs, ETs, inner Earth. Well, yeah. Well, then I don't need a publicist. I just need to come out and talk and say my thing and just keep it moving. Right? We're going. Nothing's going to stop you. No one's going to die. You don't kill NPCs. You don't kill people off. You don't murder. You don't rape. You don't do these things. This isn't going to happen. You don't wash them away with tidal waves and set them on fire because they have a different thing. And you think because you think, just let it go. If it's not encroaching into your space, let it go. That's there as an example for you. Right? It's an example. My father was telling me, I'm watching the people around me, they kind of fall off. It's hard and everything. I go, you can't save everyone. You can throw the hand out, but if they pull you back, I'm pulling you out of the water. You pull me into the water with sharks, I'm letting you go. I'll even cut your hand off. Right off me. Get off me. But if you want to come up, I'll bring you up. But you're not bringing me back. And I'm not going to let you all reach out and grab me either. And this is metaphorically, because there's people around you that'll do that. They'll go, well, he had the answers, and they run right to you. It's like, no. I get that. I understand. You can't be that way. You have to take what felt right and then move into a new position inside for you, not so you can follow, so you can learn how to lead. Well, what am I leading? Yourself. You're multidimensional. You got all these pieces of you. You need to learn how to lead. You want to be the singularity. You want to see the ETs. You want to shake their hands. Oh, you better get over your racism. You better get over your lack, whatever that is, your attitude, and whatever adjustments that you need to make, or you ain't getting shit. You know what you get? A fistful of fear. Here, eat it. And then you're going to say, well, they're all demons. Frank, they're all demons. When I show up on camera with one, okay, with one of my family, and I'm rubbing their face in front of you and biting them on their fucking no ear or no nose, or you got such little lips, and I'm like, look, they have little fur, or whatever. You're going to tell me, oh, well, Frank's hanging out with a guy wearing makeup, or this is fake, or that's a demon sitting there with him. It's like, how much more do you need? See, I could reveal it to you all day long, but you got to go through it. It's great when you hear it and you read it in a book and you read it over and over. You're like, yeah, this is great, but you didn't experience shit, right? 1 + 1 = 2. Now go out in the real world and make that happen, and you'll notice that there has to be adjustments made. 1 and 1 is just not 2 all the time in the world, right? You got to make shit happen. You're like, 2 and 2 is 4, but I got 3, but I need 4. Okay, we got 4. Like, you got to do weird shit sometimes. You got to make fucked up decisions. It's not always a straight line. You got to go straighten the shit out. You got to go inside of you. You got to fix up the mix up so you can hang with the big boys and the big girls. It's the rising of the sacred feminine. If you're a man, you should be, and you're with someone, you should be looking at them like, I love you. I'm not here to control you. I'm here to allow you to freely breathe and expand, move up into a position, because honestly, it's just the best place to be. And it's the most beautiful thing to watch, and vice versa. If I'm coming into it as a man and the woman's more awoke, and you're like, you're a dummy, because you don't see it, or maybe not dummy. That's a little rough. Like, you don't see it. Why don't you see it? It's like, well, I don't see it. Well, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm working at it, but I don't see it. Well, why not? Well, enough. You got to stop that shit. You have to be gentle and lifting and kind, not convincing that a video said it, so now it is. I'm not going to say your name, but one of you were arguing with me, politely though. It was a polite argument, and it didn't bother me. I just was like a little shocked by it. Watched the video. Some fucking video came into the gnosis where everything about the gods and the goddesses are all just insect deception. So they're insects and parasites. So Frank, how you doing with those parasites up in those spheres you're hanging out with? Does it look like they were parasitic to me in any way? Did I lead you into the Galactic Federation's arms, or some deception, or some other bullshit, or follow me over here and we'll jump in the lake and I'll fuck everyone and get everyone pregnant? Like, is that what's going on here? No, that didn't happen at all. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. Well, they're deceiving you, really. It's helped me do nothing but level up. They've wanted nothing from me but to be more me. Do you know how to use discernment? Have you even tried to use discernment? Well, you're trying it on me, but you're getting it from a video that's 15 minutes long that just popped out of nowhere. And now that has the answers because nobody else said was correct or had the answer to any of this. Yet it's the repeating talking points the whole fucking time. Okay. So if you're not willing to break through the plastic bag, the deceptive matrix, you're never going to know. Someone like me could sit here all day and tell you you're never going to get it. It comes through experience. You gain wisdom through experience. Well, I don't want to do ayahuasca and psychedelics. Well, look, that's not my fucking problem. That's your problem. If you can't believe, that's your problem. You figure that out. You don't attack other people. You walk away if it's not good, and you walk up and say hello, maybe if it is good, and say, hey, that was great. Thanks. I appreciate that. Man, I do that even with my enemy, and I don't really have too many enemies, but people consider me their enemy. But I'll look at some of their stuff and go, hey, man, that was pretty good. You know, it's weird. You're 100% on that. You're 100%. Some of these videos, the Galactic Federation videos and the Ashtar Command videos, and then the Arcturian videos, and I know that's been used against me. Oh, he thinks he's Arcturian. Like I'm fucking stupid. I don't know you're saying it. Yeah, I'm all of it. I'm the creator, bitch. Get used to it. I know all of them. And the ones I don't know, I will know. You know why? Because it's what I do. It's my purpose. That's my purpose. Your purpose, not so much. Everything's deception and fake, so everything won't be there for you because it's all fake. You know, Frank, I'll believe it when I see it. You're never going to see it. I was the same way. I just gave up on that. I said, I don't care about none of these people over here. I need to heal. Will this heal? Well, it has an opportunity to do it. 50-50. That's all I needed to fucking hear. It would have been 90-10 in favor of not healing. I would have still tried it. I didn't care about beings and all that. I don't give a shit. I care. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't at the time. I was so thick-headed, and man, nothing else you're doing has been working up to this point. Literally, you have Buckingham Palace or whatever the name of the place is. It's boarded up. You got military there. You got all kinds of weird shit going on, but yet you're still screaming these fucking weirdo talking points. Meanwhile, what have you done for you? Have you met it? For those who don't want to do psychedelics and ayahuasca, that's fine. It's all good. Some of you are already open, way more than me. I hear stories about, I never had to touch a psychedelic and I could talk to the Arcturians. They come into my bedroom at night, put fingers in my butt. Fine. I'll still listen to you if I'm drawn to it, and I'll check it out. Why? Because there are better people than me on this planet. To think that I'm the best because of what I see. No, I'm viewing from perspectives and angles, right? I argue with flat earthers all the time. I stopped arguing with them. I'm like, what are you panned into? What do you mean? Well, the earth's not flat. So I'm never going to agree with you. However, I will agree with this statement. As the creator, if I go up to a certain level and pan out, look down, back, it's a realm. Realms kind of appear flat, like Asgard. But then when you get there, they're round. It's like you enter the arena and it bulbs out. So you're both right. Technically. But everything's a sphere. But when you pan out from over there, it looks like that. But it's not. It's where you're looking in from. That's cool. I can dig it. I actually like that now. Now I can talk to you. Now it's not a fight. Oh, so you're panned in from this. But they go, what do you mean panned in from? Well, I use psychedelics. So it takes me into this place where there are positions and levels where I can look in from all these different places. So that allows me the ability to have a better understanding of what I'm looking at. Allows me to have a better understanding to talk to who I'm dealing with. Does that make any sense? So now there's no separation. I just go, oh, he's panned into there. That's fine. I don't expect everybody to be on the same fucking page. We have to have, everyone's in the university in different class levels. So the person right next to you might be in first grade. You might be graduating. The person you looked up to and you thought was the number one, he might be in 4th grade still. He might be the deceived, and you might not be. You might be glowing. They might not be. What's the big deal? Make it such a fucking big deal. Well, the deception on top of the deception with the demons. You're the creator. What's the big deal? They're all here to see me. This is what I do as Rockstar. Peekaboo. And they go, rah. And I go, hey, it's good to see you. You're real too. Okay, that's cool. That's cute. Go with love. Have a great day. And a little dance off happens and boom. Next. Oh, a bluebird. Oh, this thing. Oh, a giant gorilla with a fucking helmet on. And it drives a spaceship. Yeah. How about velociraptor beings from inner Earth? I have a pack of them. Why? I was probably one of them. I have the genetics in me. But they're there. You know what they told me? You're not afraid? I said, no. I was. You guys with your little herky-jerky movements and everything's a demon and monsters are everywhere. And they're like, no, we're from Mother. But they look just like the evil ones. But they're not acting like the evil ones. What's the evil ones? Well, the ones that are eating babies and shit, do all weird shit. Right? I'm like, so you guys have lasers. This is my go-to, and spaceships. And y'all be eating people like that? Right? Like right out of the cat dish. And they're like, you scared? I'm like, no, I'm the creator. And they're like, well, check this out. We love you. We're going to work with you because this is our planet. Yours and mine. Okay? We can't handle a certain situation on our own, and we're pretty fucking good. I'm like, yeah, you are pretty good. You got lasers and spaceships, what, and all that other stuff. But yet I'm here. No coincidences. None whatsoever. Well, I'm from the planet too, and this is my mother. Yeah, we know. Yeah, I don't like the dirty earth and the deceptive things, and neither do we. So you mean we can work together to better format a better place for all of us? Yes. So you're telling me that we're boys and we're going to work together like this. They're like, no, you're literally us, but okay. And we're going to be like this to rid the planet of anything. Man, this is starting to sound like fucking Avatar to me. But what happened in that movie? Because that movie's like trying to show you what's going on around here. My mother made fun of me. It's like the animals. He says he could talk to the animals. Well, we got from that point to the dog only listens to him. The cats only listen to him. The squirrel only listens to him. The birds fly over to him and to sound like they're singing. Oh, I thought the birds and the animals don't hear you and you can't hear them. I thought I was the dummy. Well, so it's not like that. You're just led to believe that so we could eat them. This one's good as a pet. That one's good in a dish. Oh, man, I'm over this shit. So we going to work together and do this? Yes. It's what I wanted from day one. Now I can join them. Yeah, man, it's simple. It's not easy, but you know what you got to do. I choose to do my route my way. I don't have a problem with beings. As a matter of fact, I said this the last show, I don't have a problem with the mantis beings. And I know some of them be scientifically incorrect with people doing nasty shit and everything. But you talk to the ones I went talking to, they're better and more cool than half the people I've ever met on this fucking planet. Not as cool as the other half, though. Sorry. Human thing. But they're really fucking chill. I have no problem with them. I said to Josh the other night, I was at his house. I said, pop question, hot shot. What is it? Walking through that door right now. What are you comfortable with? Which ET? And he thought, he was like, well, probably a cat being or a mantis. I go, the mantis, the scariest one. When you're cool with it, he's, oh yeah, no, I think so. Why? I don't know. I just feel connected. Like that's okay. I'm like, yeah, me too. They asked me while I was under, who you cool with, man? Who you cool with? And I grabbed the mantis. They're so big and just ridiculous. You would say, well, I don't want that guy over for dinner. And it's like, why not? It's awesome. Right? Not everything's a Chewbacca, but they're there too. So you get comfortable with these things. How far are you willing to go? I'm willing to go all the way. Well, what's all the way? I gave myself 100% to this transformation become the example. Well, what's the example? Well, for everyone that can't do it, if the ones that are looking sees without me having to talk, you will be able to visually see something good that might resonate with you because I'm doing good shit. And then you'll say, well, I like that. Can I do that? And it's like, well, yeah, you could help me do it. I could show you how to do it. And then maybe after I show you how to do it, you can show the next guy how to do it. And I could introduce you to my friend over here. Why don't you check him out? He's a big mantis guy. You like mantis guys? I like the cat beings too. Don't get me wrong. But there's something about being the Horus. Okay? I'm being literal. Being the Horus and then learning from those that are just like you. So the gods are all here, right? So there's Shiva, Ganesha, Saraswati, Horus, Ra, and there's fractals of all the different beings and characters from all over. But the Egyptians, didn't they go to war with the Hindu? Wasn't there some kind of war that happened and then they left and all kinds of weird shit? Yeah, they all killed each other and got stuck here and realized as a human, we're never going to get through this unless we're together in this. So I choose to learn from Shiva. I love Shiva. I love being around Kali. I love being around Hanuman and Vishnu and Lakshmi. I love it. Love it. But I'm not, I am it. I'm part of it. I'm the creator. I'm the all, right? But I'm Horus. I'm the Horus. So there's a lot of us in doing this. Why am I so attracted to Shiva? It's like, well, you're already the Horus. Why wouldn't you learn from the other guy? You mean the enemy? The other guy? Well, he's not the enemy anymore, but he was at one point. But I love him. He's so awesome. So there's something awesome over there in those beings that were the lowercase g's that came in correct, then incorrect at one point. They went to war and had to learn not to do that. And they were like, well, this is not a good idea. We shouldn't have done this. So I love you. I love you too. And they start getting along. Now, they don't got to take hot showers together and long walks, but they get along. Well, I'm going to be the student of the other guy then, because I'm already this guy. I already have that. I want to learn from you. So this becomes pretty crazy. All right, I'm going to have to put everything on a pause for a second. I'm going to I have to get the door. The last time I did this, my cat was gone for days. So just hang in there for a moment. I'm going to share out a screen. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Send positive vibes to our little fearless Milo, who's made his way in on Friday morning. Morgan family, shout out. I will be right back.
When you finally boil it all down, magic is imagination. We are moving into an age of manifestation. Things become actually less material, more ethereal. The golden dawn is when we awaken to this new station of life. What you think becomes real quicker. Regain our imagination, regain our inner child, and let that inner child out.
My name is Frank Castle, founding member of the music group Heist Click and New York City Neo Shaman. After a serious injury sidelined my career in 2013, I decided to set out on an adventure to search for myself with the help of the plant medicine Ayahuasca. What I discovered waiting for me was something I could have never prepared for. It was time for me to become something more, someone more. It was time I became fearless. In the darkest of nights, gonna let my light shine as my heart beats a rhythm with space and time. When the light starts to shine inside your third eye, you awake to the knowledge that you never die. I'm becoming fearless. I appreciate that oh so much. That just saved me days of stress, because if 3BO disappears again, and it's because I didn't let her in the window, I'm going to be very upset at myself. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm just going to, I see things popping up and lighting up on my side of the screen. I haven't had a chance to look or catch up with anything. So I'm going to just say this as I browse through, because it is a Q&A. I want to answer your questions. I'm there. I'm under partially now. I ate a lot of mushrooms, man. It's there. You have the question. Ask it. I'll answer it. I'll do the best I can. Is the Galactic Federation real? Yes, they are real. But check this out. When you say things like Ashtar Command, Galactic Federation of Light, you think it's just one group with a guy flying a spaceship, and his name's Astar, and he has long hair and shit. A Galactic Federation of Light. I would bet all the money in my pocket to all the money in your pocket that there's multiple groups called that. Just saying. It's a big, big universe. It just totally makes sense. Is the Galactic Federation of Light a trigger word or trigger warning to you? Well, it's deception. That's not what we're talking about. They're there. But there are factions of all these things there. Remember, the AI inside the Matrix makes mimics of the whole thing. Okay, so if you're dealing with evil Toth, you might be just dealing with the AI. If you're seeing tentacles in any way, shape, and form that is puppeteering someone, that's the AI. Straight up. Tentacles, puppeteering, AI. Okay, so you have people saying angels and archangels. By the way, I was one of them for 1 year, said it's not real. Fuck that whole thing. And then I met them over and over and over and over and over. I literally sat down with an angel and had a full conversation, 2.5 hours, and was embarrassed afterwards. Totally embarrassed by saying that, because what was in front of me was the real deal. When I was shown the AI version, your higher you sees through it. So under psychedelics, you're being deceived on purpose. They're allowing this so to see if you can discern whether or not what this is. And they were like, there's Archangel Michael, go talk to him. And I was on an Anunnaki ship, and they were looking at me, and I was looking at them. And I said to them, they're real. They're the archangels, the angels, they're real. And they said, yeah, of course they're real. They're right there. There's Michael right there. Go talk to him if you want. And I looked over and I saw some mechanical thing. So I couldn't even, I was like, that's not Michael. I'm literally, that's my brother. Like, oh boy. So you're showing me a machine of some kind? And they're like, no, that's Archangel Michael. And it started moving. And I'm like, are you trying to project something into my head? Or is it that the machine have a hologram around it that I'm supposed to see? Because I don't see shit. And you're fucking lying. Straight up. And then everything stopped. And Michael stood up behind the machine. I said, there he is. Walked over. So what are you doing, man? What are you doing here? I'm proving a point. You're real and he's real. And this, they know. They want you to agree with them, because you're the ultimate power, not me, not them. If they need you, why the fuck would they need Frank in any way, shape, or form? Go ahead, Frank. I'm waiting. Eat me, rape me, because that's what they all seem to do. No, they don't want to eat you and they don't want to rape you. They want you on their team. What do you mean they want me on their team? Well, you're the fucking all, man. You're the creator. You're source in a body. It's like having a genie in the lamp. What? Yeah, it's a metaphor, bro, for keeping you under lock and key. Let's get Franco. Oh, we got something for you, buddy. Bro, why don't you? They get you mentally locked onto something, and then you start thinking about it, believing in it, having kinds of thoughts in all different directions, and it starts to manifest. Well, they can't do that. You can. Oh. That's why we're so important, because we're the strong ones. Yeah, right now, you're here. But you are the everything. But you're right here, right now. But your suit, your flesh suit, is going to open and expand. Open like a flower, the flower of life. And you're going to come right up. I was talking to a girl recently at one of the hosts at one of the radio stations, and she said something that caught my attention, and I will love her forever. I don't even know her, and I'm just, if she listens to this, I love you. You're great. She said to me, I don't know how to deal with this, but I don't know how to, she didn't know how to talk to me about it. And I guess she doesn't know me. So naturally she's just writing. I don't know how to, but I'm not going to die, Frank. Frank, I'm literally not going to die. I'm like, welcome to the team. Neither am I. Neither am I. And then you go around asking certain people, you start talking to them, and you realize there's shout outs to Aaron. Aaron, I'm going to use you as the example. Space Jesus, my man, Aaron. Check out Aaron and Zach on Expanded Understanding. He said, I'll be around for about 350 years. I said, how are you sure about that? And he goes, oh, yeah, that. And then I'm going to give this up and go into the next. I said, that's interesting. I'm going to take the whole thing with me. And he goes, I see that's going on with a bunch of you. This is from other people's experiences. So when someone comes at me like that, I don't think I'm going. Well, she didn't even say, I don't think I'm going to die. She said, I am not going to die. And I'm like, I've been spouting, I'm not going to experience traditional death. I've died 100 times, hundreds and hundreds, 100 times, every fucking time. So I can be so comfortable with it. So when you move into that position, into that frequency, you take the whole thing with you, you're not freaking the fuck out. They're like, see, death isn't what you think it is. It's just a change in frequency. That's all it really is. A permanent death that you think, right? Like a murder, death, kill. I just clip the cord and fly off. I'm looking down at my body. It takes its last breath. I'm do everything. And the cord gets really, really thin. And then boom, I go right back in when I'm with Aya. It's a death simulation. Oh. So you're telling me we're just going to take this whole ball and go right into the next realm with it? Yes. Well, if you can't wrap your head around being the all, and how I do it, I just go, oh, yeah, it's me. Yeah, you can't wrap your head around it. You just accept it as truth, balls to bones, right? There's nothing that you can say or do that would change my mind, but also in my saying that I am the creator, it doesn't hurt anyone either. It doesn't put me above you, doesn't put me below you. It just puts me as me. Well, there's the creator right there. I believe so strongly that nobody's going to say nothing. This whole place falls down around me. All right. That's still a lot softer than raping reptilians that have been, and they've ravaged us and raped us throughout time. And they do that because it's us. We come back again and we come back again. And then they threaten me. I'll just keep doing this to you. I'll go keep coming back. How many more you got? And they just walked away from me. You want me to keep paying you a visit? They're like, oh, he's starting to get it. We must change color or something to them. And they go, oh, okay. That's it. I'm done. I'm not even going near that one because they know what they're doing. So we're here clearing that path, and the others before us cleared that path to get us into this position, right? So I'm going to shit on them by not having the belief in myself after seeing it, feeling it, living it, being shown it, hearing myself say it to myself, jumping out of my body, looking back at my body. I mean, we could go on and on with all this. What more do you need? Okay, well, I believe. Okay, now that you're in position and you believe, okay, snakes, deception, reptilians, Galactic Federation, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's cool. Of course it's there. I'm not going to argue points that it's not this or that. It's true. It's there, right? Oh, you're telling me Jesus could only exist, but these guys can't, or reptilians can, but Sasquatch can't, Smurfs can, but Snorks can't. I mean, come on. We know Snorks are just underwater Smurfs. What the fuck's wrong with you? It's okay. Well, that can't be big. Little people, really, to really tall people. Oh, yeah. Ever stand near Shaq? Anyone ever meet Shaq? Or anyone like that? I'm like up to the elbow. You're going to tell me there's no giants. He just happens to be the big one? What are you, fucking dull in the head? They come bigger, and they come way smaller, and in all different shapes and sizes and colors. Well, that actually just sounds like great fucking news to me because I'm the creator. All eyes are on Earth. Why? You're in a human suit. You don't even think you're this or that. Why is it so important? Why is everyone here right now watching you? We pull back the fourth wall. They're all just watching. This is the best show on TV. Universal, everything. Interdimensionals, underdimensionals, upper dimension, whatever the fuck you got. They're all watching. And we're all right next to you right here. Well, what do you care so much for? What do you care? Well, you're the creator. You're the all. And it's an experiment that's never been done. So we built a body that the creator could be in and be the creator, not be in a body and know everything and then go on to like grow into an adult lion man and turn white and then go into ascension. No, we got to start from not knowing shit and move our way through. But it's you, it's the creator. You're important. You're important to all of us. Each one of us is important to the next person. Without you making it, we don't make it over here. We're connected. The Anunnaki that we think built and deceived the whole situation. They have this like split camp where some of them are like, no, this is our family. And the other ones are like, the Yankee is like, look, man, we basically created them. We own them. Fuck them. Right. But those guys are falling into a deception with themselves because they get this ego thing that occurs, right? And they want to dominate and take over and do all this shit. And the other ones just want their family back. It's like when you go to family dinner, I don't want to go there and dominate family dinner. I want to go there. I want to have spaghetti. I want to have meatballs. I want to kiss the dog. I want to hang out with cannoli. I want to kiss my mother on the forehead. I want to tackle, somebody in the house I love so much. I want to go out in the backyard and have a smoke with my older cousins. We want to sneak some pot and come back in and eat some more. I'm not going in there to dominate them at the table. Okay, so this is the kind of split that's going on, but they hit the wall. See, once you hit that dominating wall, that ego, you don't go higher. You can go to a certain point and then it doesn't work. And they're hitting that point. That's why it's so fucking crazy. It's like, well, we got to do something. Everyone's got to be doing something. I believe in me, man. I believe in me. The other side's like, we're your family. Here's my hand. What do you want to do? You coming? Because they hit the wall with the other faction that's dominating. And they're like, dude, we can't do this. We all go. It's like that statement. Like we all go and none of us go. Right. That's what's going on here. Everyone ever killed, abandoned, everything ever hidden, tucked away. Every little dirty little secret and every excellent secret that we should have because it shouldn't be a fucking secret. All of it's going to be revealed. All of it across the board. Every fucking thing. It's going to be so amazing. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. Let's see what's going on in the room here. Hey, what's up, Lexi? What's up, Della? What's up, Alice? Let's see. Okay, let's see this. All right, Alice. I love you very much. Sending you positive vibes. Hi, Frank. Why do you want to keep a crippled body? I have a disability and feel trapped in limitations. Well, Alice, we have an entire household of people and beings that are like that with one disability or another. My back and neck are shot. Paula's got cerebral palsy. She's got fucking no bone on bone in her ankle, bone on bone in her shoulder. Oh man, I don't fucking like this. I can't turn. It fucking hurts just to do that, just to sit here and talk. I don't want to keep a crippled body. I'm going to transform in my body into the next. One thing Aya has explained to me is she didn't heal my addictions. I healed my addictions in her sacred space that she provided for me. My body does the healing. Yes, she does stuff too. Yes, it is. I'm not dumbing her down in any way, shape, or form. Just like I bring you here, give you a cup of Joe, you sit down, you go through it. I didn't save you. I brewed the cup of drink of ayahuasca. I have the set and I have the setting. Man, it's on you. But here's the beautiful thing. Your body can heal that. Now, some of us are worse than others. Paula saying to me, man, I can't hold out much longer. This is fucking crazy. I'm like, I know the therapy isn't there yet. The proper medicine isn't there yet. What is this medicine you speak of? Well, I know Della will love this one. What up, Joe? What up, Della? Med beds, healing through frequency. What better way to heal a sickness except to find out that you can heal your own sickness? We learn through sickness. So this is a sickness to me, right? But it's like, but what am I going to do? Go jump off a bridge? Should I put more bad stuff in my body? Or should I just keep going to the truth? And the truth is, it's not much longer. And I know that's a belief system you got to have. Trump, and I'm sorry for talking about him, he said a while back, oh, you get sick, they inject you with light. And the light travels into your body, and they go, oh, Trump's talking. They're going to put light in your body through an injection. Yeah, it's not quite like that. Something close. But for us meatheads, we need, they inject light into you because he's one of us. He's a meathead. We're all meatheads. So I have to say to myself, this is going to happen. I already worked through the initial injury pain, which is the most terrible thing I've ever been part of. Sciatica. I have 5 bulging discs, pinched nerves on the other side, and now I have pinched nerves here and in my shoulder blade. It's terrifying. I have bone fragments in all different places. They said I'd be crippled by now, and I'm here. So I'm on a journey to heal myself. Where's your power? In healing yourself and knowing that you can do it. Well, what do you mean? Well, every day, even when I'm in pain, knowing that I am conquering one thing after another, whether it's an attitude, a thought, solve a problem in front of me or whatever, it's the creator and I'm moving ahead. I'm better than I was. And now I'm just getting better. That cements the thought in the belief system that I will keep going and I will achieve this. Okay, I will make myself better. Not Galactic Federation. I pulled this already. Galactic, save me. Source, save me. Throw me. I never ask for anything. Throw me down some love and light. Well, right now you don't need love and light. You need to get up off your fat ass, Frank, because your pinched nerve is worse because you're not moving your body enough because you're stiff. So you're not going to want to hear this, but you're going to have to do leg stretches to fix your shoulder. What? Okay, let's do it. Boom, and it starts loosening up. But it's the most painful experience, but then it starts to loosen. Okay, would I rather go through that or go to a doctor and have him shoot me up with something? I've had 12 spinal epidurals in 1 year. 12. You're not supposed to have more than a couple of these things. They completely break down your spine, do all kinds of fucked up shit. Maybe I'm having after effects of that. And now I'm starting to repair because I could also do other things that I never thought I could do since the time of my injury. I don't want to be in the decrepit body. Believe me, I don't. But I will learn me if I take me through this experience. Yeah, I've made mistakes. I fucked up a bunch of times, so many times. And some of these injuries are from me not being in my position to begin with, because I could have easily did other things and made other choices during that time of my injury. I was like so not spiritual in any way. Maybe I could have started reading a fucking book or listening to a video and stayed away from Alex Jones because 9/11's an inside job. It had me rolling all fucking day long. And then I was like, oh, these other things instead of me. I got so far out into the other thing that I broke. I fell to get my attention to come back. And now through that pain and misery and suffering, rock bottom, I'm going to reascend through the ladder and I'm going to fix myself. I'm going to do it. I fully believe that where somewhere in my mind it clicks off that maybe I can't because I'm just not there yet. The suit's not unlocked enough for me to just heal, and sending healing and love and positive vibes through the computer is great, but it's not working on a physical injury that hurts that much. Although it helps a little bit that there will be some kind of technological breakthrough, and technology is not bad, by the way. It's how you use it and how it's tuned into the energies and stuff that will make it easier. I mean, the gods are using life extension technology. I'm going to say that again. The gods are using lowercase g, life extension technology. They're all using technology, whether it's crystals and spaceships or starships or inner Earth with fake suns and developed areas that are like it's all technology. It's all tech. So I decide how I want to use my tech until I get to a place and a position that's like, hey, listen, it's like a rest stop where you can go and relieve yourself. You get something to drink. You made it this far. Here, man, enjoy yourself. You're doing it. And hopefully that can help into the next position, because this isn't easy. I feel like I'm shedding skin constantly in this, on the inside and on the outside. You know, my skin got so bad last month. I was like, man, I'm 47 years old. I should not be having breakouts like I'm 14. However, I'm watching people around me and things around me going through the same weird process, pushing things out. I was in the sun. I finally got sun after a friggin' week of it chemtrailing and raining. I take the sun. I'm out there for 20 minutes. I feel fucking great. And I come inside and I start breaking out. It's like, whoa, what's happening? Oh, it must be so sick. And it's terrifying. Or the sun is pushing shit out of you. You know what? Let's throw some more stuff out. Let's get into the ionic foot soak. Maybe take some colloidal silver. Maybe try the MMS program. Maybe just do a flush. Maybe just get a colonic. You can proper diet. You can fast. There's just a million ways you can do this to see if, wait a second, can I perhaps heal this? I mean, I had constant heartburn for years. So I was always having heartburn, and no matter what I did. So I drink a lot of water, lots of heartburn. So there's a problem in there. I worked this magic through, instead of going, oh, doctor, give me more Pepsid and this and that, all cancer causing things. I started to learn my body a little bit. I scienced with this, I scienced with that. I used the psychedelics, and they told me to try this and look out for that. And it'll work if you try it, but you got to stick with it because you're never sticking with shit. It's like going to the gym. But listen, when you go to the gym, you will get that pump. But if you come in on a Tuesday and you're not doing legs, then I don't even want to fucking know you, because legs are 50% of your body. I'm like, all right, I get it. And I start moving myself into position. Boom, heartburn permanently goes away. Now I just get it randomly like everyone else does. I have sauce with too much salt, something in it. Boom, heartburn. And then boom, goes away because I know how to handle myself. But I was constant, multiple times a day. Like, you'd have been like, Frank, well, is something dying in you? Is there something wrong? So I've taken myself out of these weird positions. And a lot of stuff we're going through. I don't know what your disability is, but like Paula and myself discussed this. For me, I know it's karma. I know it's karma. And if we were being forcefully recycled, which we were, then they would take those of us with the most intense, the powerful ones, and put them in the bodies that are broken, small and broken and feeble, right? Make you the smallest and most frightened one. People will be going through their birth system, and then a cord gets wrapped around them. We don't know if some of this is intentional, unintentional. Shit just happens in life. But when you're looking from outside of the 4%, it's almost like this weird balance. Like, the good guys are like, come on, let's get Paula out onto the field. And the bad guys like, wrap that fucking cord around her neck right now. That could go on. It's not the only thing that goes on, though. It's not the only. It's wild the way this is. We look at Luna. She's right here. It's the most afraid cat in the world. On the other side, she looks like the fucking Wendigo with no horns. She looks like a no-horned Wendigo, right? What's a Wendigo? It's like a beast from the Great White North that you would not want to meet in a dark alley. However, she is the most feeble, innocent, scared of everything, but so interested in everything. And Paula would sit there, and she stays. This is Paula's baby now. Stays on her neck, just sits there. She talks to her, and she goes, they would put us in a body we couldn't handle. They take the biggest and the strongest of us, throw us in the most feeble place. I said, you could look at it like that, because that's true in a way, or you're going to get your power back because you made it through this with your issue, or your genetics, or your disability, or Like there's two of us. We're right here. We're looking. She's holding the mirror to Paula, and Paula's a warrior. There's no doubt in my mind. Without her, I would have never made it. I would have been dead already. Just from me getting attacked in my own home because I'm pushing every button. Without her, I wouldn't have made it. So now she's little. When you meet Paula, you're like, she's small. She's thrown me over her, but she has one good arm and one good leg. She throws me right over her back and is able to carry me in the house. I'm 200 pounds. She's 110 pounds, 13 pounds. That's a lot. Okay? Same thing with Luna. We have to start looking at this as a good thing. Yeah, it's hard, but I'm going to tell you this. The guy that rolls the best blunts on the planet, he has no hands, and he only has arms up to here. Nubs. Here up. That's it. Rolls the greatest fucking blunt you've ever seen. Ever. You could trust that guy with like thousands of dollars and crazy shit, and he'll roll you the best thing. I watched the girl change a baby's diaper with her fucking feet and wipe that kid down better than I've ever wiped myself down. That's not true, but you know what I mean. You're like, wow, that's really good. Like people that you got to yell at people sometimes. Hey, what are you doing? And here's someone with no arms, just feet, changing diapers in and out and cleaning you better than you've ever been cleaned. One of the better archery experts on this planet shoots with her feet over her head. So are they disabilities or are they ways to get us to expand into this other thing? I don't know, man. I don't know. So last year I said, I'm never going to be sick again. And I haven't. I said, I'm done with the sickness. I disconnected it. I'm leaving the frequency. I haven't been sick. Not once. But man, this fucking pain in my back is lasting the amount of time that I would have been sick. So what is it that I'm going through here? What is it that we go through? Is it karma? Did they stick us in? Did they separate us on purpose? Or did we agree to this 100% on the other side and just Frankie the human is trying to work it out through all the details? So it looks like this for now. Oh, it's deception and evil. Then you get to here and you go, well, that's not so easy. These guys haven't been saying nothing and that guy's been doing it. Oh, factions and factions and mafias and mafias and factions and mafias with agendas. Oh, so how do I do this? Well, you just go. You go. But I'm alone. No, you're not alone. You're never alone. You know, somebody said, you should do, I think it was Kevin. KG, shout outs to my sons of the sun. The ultimate. Take psychedelics by yourself. Fuck this bullshit. Sit in your fucking home. Put the candle on. Put the music on. Sit back on the couch. Start breathing. And enjoy the ride. Enjoy it. But nobody's here to hold your hand. No one. You don't need anyone. It's better this way. Where does the universe rewards bravery come from with me? It comes from me drinking ayahuasca by myself. Just going, if anyone that knows me knows I'm I'm actually a big puss, right? But where I'm not is in these areas. I'm like, man, I don't want to be afraid. And I don't want to hurt. And I know what I don't want. I want to be more. There should be more going on here. And what is this? And what is that? And what about me? And how do I fit into this? And blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going. Because these are my questions. They're not your questions. We might have similar questions and shit, but these are mine. And she says to me, oh boy, you made it. You came. I'm like, listen, I'm really scared right now. I don't fucking know what's going on, but I know your mom and I love you and I feel it and I see it, but you're gigantic and I'm here and it's freaking me out, but I'm here. And she's like, you're here. I'm like, I got no Paula with me, man. I know she's out there. But she ain't here now. Ain't nobody here with me now. It's just me and you. And we're about to do this. I'm really scared, but I'm here. I love you. I need to see. Because you did what you did and the way you did it with respect and caring and understanding and compassion with yourself. But this fucking thing that I gotta go and see, the curiosity that killed the cat. No, you ain't killing me. I'm doing I'm going. And the universe, you find out, is working for you. And Aya's like, no, I got you. What do you mean you got me? There's no one here. I'm so, I got you, bro. But I'm going to fall. I got you. You're the creator. Stand up. I could stand up. Now I'm standing. Stand up. Get your back straight. I'm back my back straight. I feel pretty good. Hey, how come you guys were always up there looking down at me, but now I'm looking at you eye to eye? Oh, you're doing it. Yeah, I am doing it. Did you notice nobody's here with you? Hey, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, bro. Hey, did you know? And then that's it. Now I'm being so generalized, but that's how it was working in me, meathead style. I can't believe, but I can believe it's right there. But I'm alone. I'm so scared. I shouldn't, but I should. My heart's beating too fast, but so what? Everything fucking sucks. So this doesn't suck. This is crazy, but it's there. What's real? I don't know. We should find out. We should look. Is that real? Are those real teeth? Can I touch those? But they're my teeth. Oh, we're going to fucking eat you with these. Are you going to eat me with those? Are you going to hurt me? Because it looks like you could have done that if you wanted to. So I'm just going to touch. Can I touch? Thanks. Oh, you are real. Okay. Well, I can only tell the story from my position. So that's what I'm going to talk about now to myself internally, work it out with Paula, bounce it off someone. I even talk to the cats when I have no one. I'll just talk to them. I'm like, 3B, that you, the creator, and that this is what's going on inside of you. And if you go inside of you, you can do this, and then you can do that. And she'll just stare at me. And I'll go, yeah. And the universe is rewarding me the whole time for getting into that and going down that road and taking the path, making the discovery, going scared, humbled, naked into the experience alone. There's a reward there for you for doing that because you are sovereign. You were born alone. You die alone. Go do this alone. It's good to have trip buddies and stuff, and have them if you need them. But if you're being responsible and smart and you just kind of sit back into yourself, and you could be scared, you could say it out loud. Don't be afraid. I'm scared, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to overcome it. I'm not going to overcome it like this. I'm just okay. My heart's beating a little fast. It's okay. Just breathe. So one time I was smoking a blunt and it had DMT in it. And I was just hitting it. And I was like, wow, nothing's going on, blah, blah, blah. Now, I was pretty scared. I was alone. I was just sitting right there on the couch. And I had some music on and everything. And I got so internal, the conversation inside. So I was getting high. And when I passed the blunt, I put the blunt down for a second. I realized it only went a little bit. And I'm like, this is pretty good. I start going. The next thing I know, I'm saying the same things and the whole room's purple. Completely purple with the grid lines in it. And I walked right in so quietly. And I was like, wow, this is pretty interesting. I started talking, walking around, and they were like, not so scared, are you? I was like, oh shit, you guys are here. What are you doing here? They're like, did you feel that? I'm like, what? They're like, you usually squirm through death to do what you just did. And you just sat there and now you comfortably just got up and walked in. I went, oh shit, I didn't even know that happened. How'd you guys get in my house? They're like, well, you came into our house. That's how that happened. I'm like, holy shit, this is really good. This is really good. I should have been doing this from day one. It's so much lighter and easier. It seems that I'm in longer. And now I'm having a conversation with these guys and boom, all this information revealed to me just because I had the balls to sit there and do that. Now I'm not being a junkie and smoking blunts and let's get fucked up and go in. I'm not doing anything like that. I still have the shake. I still have the shudder, but I'm like, no, man. They would have killed me by now. It would have eaten me. Well, they've already eaten you. They've already fucked you up. They already came into your house, tagged you, took you up in the ships and did all genetics on you, put you back, fuck you up. I mean, you did all that already. You unoriginal pricks. It's time we get original now. Oh, I'm taking back my power. And then the universe is just rewarding you over and over for having not just the psychedelic experience. This is how it works. You go through the experience and then you follow through with all the things you're supposed to do. So if Aya teaches me something, I don't go back in until, I mean, it depends. If I'm on like a couple of days in a row, I just keep going. But I don't come back until I start getting a hang of what they showed me to do, because I have to learn how to live. I have to learn how to live. I gotta do this right. And then to run back to them would be a cop out, because, oh, I'm back again to drink ayahuasca because this world's so fucked up. No, it's crazy. I know. I get it. It's a fucked up world, it's a fucked up place, but I'm the problem here. I can only handle my business. So I'm gonna go in, straighten out. Well, this is what you need to do. You need to meditate. You need to stop eating this shit. And I start doing my best. Whatever I'm learning, she doesn't tell me what to do. Sometimes she kind of throws it right at me, and other times you have to figure it out. A lot of the times you're like looking, and it's like you're watching something go down, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And it's really so you can decipher something. It has nothing to really do with that, but that is what they knew to show you, to get you thinking about this topic. So it's like being in school and the teacher just kind of doesn't just tell you the answer. You have to work through it and be able to build the neural pathway to have the fucking thought to be able to take care of yourself and handle your business. Interesting stuff. I really scrolled far. Someone had asked me, I just threw that up for a second. I had to. Some days I got to just be that. Hi, everyone. Willow, what's going on? Michael. New World Disorder. What's happening? Rebecca. Yes, there's a lot about Paula. She doesn't talk about. My mother keeps forgetting that Paula has a disability. I mean, she's got a fucking the plate on a car, right? She park wherever she needs to, whatever. And we'll pull right up. She'll get out. She's got a little bit of a thing going on, and you could see that she's not lifting this arm up at all. It just kind of, I mean, she has to do that and stuff. And we were dating for a while, and my mother says, she was talking to her, and then she's like, Diane, I have cerebral palsy. I can't lift my shoulder. I can't do. Oh, I didn't know. I literally didn't know. She's like, yeah, look. And she showed her the scars and all kinds of shit. And you could hear the cracks when it's bone on bone, and just you see it in her fucking face why she's so rough all the time in certain points. You got to just let her sleep, man. She's in pain. And then they'd be in the supermarket. My mother's like, yo, grab the water, the 40 case. It's like, no, she's not built to grab that. What do you mean? Diane, she's got a problem lifting heavy things. She has one arm. Oh shit, I fucking forgot. This goes on with everyone. Everyone forgets because she's so capable. She took her body and said, look, this is what you get, what I got. It's what I got. Yeah, it sucks when I got to fucking reach with my right to grab the sauce, but I only have my left. However, I love you and I love me. So she doesn't talk about it. She doesn't say nothing. I got to tell people, hey, back up, motherfucker. Don't be bumping her like that. Don't talk to her like that. She's not going to be able to retort and she'll just roll on you. She doesn't give a shit. It's like as if she's not sick, as there's nothing wrong with her. She won't tell you. And then you'll push the button all the way to the end to be a dick. And she'll go, hey, listen, I have a disability. I'm going to do more in one fucking moment than you've done all week. I'm just going to let you know that now because you pushed that hard with that. It's like, oh, man, look at her go. She is a warrior. The truest sense of a warrior. Paula has it. All packed into this little beautiful personality that's so explosive. Also, one of the funniest people I ever met. Absolutely. Son, blasted myself off and my mushrooms with 528 hertz. Look, you put the sound on, right? Kev will come on and fucking tell you. He'll school you. Look, just put the sounds on. You'll vibrate into a place that's awesome, and you'll be able to just expand. Now, you don't want to take the psychedelics, fine. You just throw on the 528, start meditating, sit outside, take a bath. There's a million different ways you can do this. Some people just, work in the garden. You know, we plant pineapples here. Oh, that's what you do? Yeah, that's what we do. We love it. Love it. Love my job. Love what I do. Love it. Love you. Love this place. Love this. Love that. Love what I. He's doing it too. He's doing it too. Let's see. Mad Finger. Frankie Fearless. Have you tried gravity inversion for your back? Hanging man. All right. Hey, you know, I wanted to get an inversion chair, or where you just flip upside down, kind of like Batman had in the first movie. So I could flex out, and I feel that that's next. But as you can see, and I don't mean to even, I'm not being rude or anything. It's such a tight little apartment. Every one of these fucking things that we get, it becomes we're at, dare I say, 0 point with this whole thing. So inversion bed, yes, it's coming. I'll just go outside and hang from the tree. I just grab onto the tree and just hold myself there for now. Right? If I got to hang upside down, maybe I'll do something, sit on my feet while I hang backwards off the bed or something. I try all these other things because I don't have the ability to have one in my home, but I'm not against it. I think it's great. I tried something at the gym the other day where it's a chair and they shoot water up at the back under the chair as a massage, but the jets are really, really strong, and it gives you this feeling of floating, and the jets just blast you and everything. Made me feel amazing, except for my neck, except for that one part, which killed me for 2 days after I did that. So yeah, I'm willing to try stuff like the gravity inversions. I think that would be really good now that you're saying it. I wish I could just hang one up right behind me in the doorway, right? And then just hang in the doorway. I'd wear a cape and have it upside down. Be like, hello, Paula. Old injuries are resurfacing. Yes, you have to heal it all. And if you were transforming, if your body was physically making a transformation, those old injuries, as you won't even know they're there, they start healing, and it hurts, and trauma hurts. When you stretch and you're like, oh, this hurts so much. If you were to look at yourself while you're under, stored trapped memories of all kinds, with all kinds of disasters to all kinds of superior thoughts and everything, just crushed, pushed, compressed down into density. And as you're going, oh, my arm, I can't, it's stretching. Oh. You're letting all of that out terribly. You're crying. The next day, you feel pretty good. You keep doing this one after another, day after day after day, until you're into routine. That won't be there anymore. You'll get more flexibility. You start releasing all this stuff. And for things like pinched nerves, you don't want to move. You don't want to hurt your back if you got herniated discs and everything. I've learned, and it's the suckiest thing to have to fucking learn, is that when you're in pain, there's nothing that can be done when it hits you like that. But if you start your little stretching exercises that they taught me in physical therapy, over the next week, it will lessen 50%. And over the course of a couple of weeks, you'll just kill it out permanently. Because I haven't had this in so long that I don't even know what the hell is going on. But Paula would say, it's karmic, bro. You're working out your karma. It's the same thing with your fucking court case. You know, they told me with my my job case, I shouldn't be talking about this, but I don't give a fuck. When they fired me from the USDA, they let me go after a year. They paid me out for that year, sent me on my way. I've been battling for 7 years. I've torn my shoulder. I have all these problems we talked about. Right? This all happened from that incident. Okay, well, you had a sprained shoulder. No, I went to the shoulder guy you sent me to and the shoulder guy that I went to, and they both said surgery immediately. Yes, so he has a sprained shoulder. We're going to send him to physical therapy. Well, he can't lift it. He can't go to physical therapy. Can't lift it. They finally put me through, have the surgery. Okay, we clear you for surgery. Don't pay for the surgery. How are you not paying for the surgery? You just said everything was okay. Oh, if you need additional care now, fill out form CA2A, whatever A. You got to put that in. It's like, why do I got to do all this? You're making the monkey jump through the hoop. Then we're not accepting your neck and back. Then, okay, well, we're going to accept your shoulder, but for only this time. And then for your back and neck, we're going to put you on this number. It just became this confusing, fucking ridiculous event. Well, anyway, now we're here 7 years later. They said, well, we fully accepted your shoulder. Oh, I don't know why you haven't gotten paid. I'm like, I don't know. You guys haven't paid me. And then they sent me back a form, fill out CA2A if you have a reoccurring injury. And my lawyer lost his shit. I lost my shit. I said, you just took my direct deposit because you were going to drop it into my account. This is the third fucking time you're doing that. Third time I went through this process of just that thing. And you keep not paying me, but you keep saying, okay, you won. I show you the things. And each time I show them, they want more information. I know people that didn't get hurt that got this immediately, and they're basically living off the tit of everything. But the people that got hurt 7 years later now, I could be dead. That's probably what they're hoping for. This fucking kid dies, and then we don't have to pay him nothing. And Paul is watching this, and I gave up. I didn't give up. You're going to give me through the universe rewarding the bravery as long as I just say it's going to happen, put it over here, and I'm done. The lawyer tells me, yo, fill this out. I go, you got my signature, bitch. You fill it out. Do your job. No, you got to fill out this. I filled that out 3 fucking times. Okay? This is what you're going to do for me. You're going to blot out the fucking date. You're going to restamp it today's date, and you're just going to send it in. Thank you very much. I'm done. Every Christmas, I get the negative for 7 years. It's always been negative. She's like, this is definitely karma, dude. She's like, I've been reading every piece of paper. Like, we should have 3 homes by now. You should be healed by now. And they're still playing the fucking game. Well, I could get trapped in it and go every Christmas be destroyed because they're not paying me and I'm in pain. Or vortex it. Don't worry. There's going to be a Jubilee anyway. We're going to have money for everyone. Don't worry about it. It's not even going to be about money at this point. It's not even going to be about it anymore. You're just going to be able to do stuff. And you're going to not even know what to do. You're going to be like, bro, I love everything that's going on. I know. So we got to work through this. But the government, right? They bang, 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 bang. So you're not alone. So I have to somehow ignore, care, but not care. You know, my mother freaks out. Oh, the doctors, flu shots. I'm like, no, not going to do it. If I was deathly sick, like last year when I got really sick, we were on like day 3. I thought I was going to die. Literally, I couldn't breathe. I ran through an asthma pump in 4 days, which is why I knew, you know, I'm dying. Like, I felt like I was drowning in my lungs. It was exactly what people talk about with the COVID stuff or whatever. But this was before COVID hit by 6 months, 8 months. And I was just, and I went to not a doctor, the local place on my corner. And then they just swab you real quick and go, oh, you're pretty sick. Here's some Z-Pack. Just go home and do what you got to do. I went and did it because I had to do it. And whatever they gave me, I forgot what they gave me. It lessened it about 25%. And that was all I needed to just beat it. But then when it was done, I knew I had the antibodies to all of it. I can't explain it. Nobody around here sick. I know people, my mother was just like, everyone's sick and dying in the hospital. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. There might be random people getting sick, but it's flu season and they're just calling it COVID. So really, I don't know about that. I really don't know. You only got 13 flu cases, but you got 1,000 COVID cases. How's that even possible? These numbers don't even make sense at this point. So I'll go and do what I have to do. You know, a friend of ours, Fearless Family, Gina, she passed away. She had cancer. She didn't tell anyone. She wrote me a letter saying, I need to talk to you. Leave me a number. And I said, I have your number in my phone. Here's the number. You call me when you need me. She said, oh, I need to tell you something real important. I'm like, well, I love you. You can tell me anything whenever. I'll call you in a few days. And she died. I have a feeling she was going to tell me that she had cancer and she knew about it for a long time. And she was seeing a holistic guy who the stuff they were giving her wasn't helping because the point of the cancer she was at. So she died. She shouldn't. It's not my point to say whether she should be here or not. She should. I would love for her to be alive. But she didn't go to a doctor. When it got to this, when you know you're sick, you got to do something when you're hitting a point of no return, you need help. I would say that even vaccines aren't necessarily a bad thing. It's the adjuvants they put in there. Terrible stuff. I said to my dad, "Hey, Dad, whose idea was it to put silver in my mouth?" He's like, "What?" I go, "Mercury fillings in my mouth, loaded, since I'm a kid. Who gave me the shot? Whose idea was it to give me the shot when I was a baby that turned my bones and teeth yellow? And then I lost my teeth as a child, because you lose your teeth, you get your next set, and they came in yellow. Not yellow. I'm talking yellow, right? What is that? The doctor said my bones are yellow. My physical bones are yellow. And he goes, "Oh, well, not the doctor was explaining that you were part of a controlled group, right? And everyone that got in these areas, this injection, those were some of the side effects." So not everybody got that? Nope. It actually happened in New York, right over here, with just a couple of sections. So you telling me it was sectioned off so doctors knew who was placebo in, not placebo in, and stuff? Yes. Whose idea was that to give that to me? What did I have that I needed that? No, well, we were giving it to the kids for immunity. For what? Yellow bone immunity? I don't. What are you doing? Okay, because my teeth started. You guys are like, he has such a beautiful smile. I broke my head so many fucking times that I went and I got my whole face fixed. Right? But the inside, all silver. Who put the mercury fillings in my mouth and thought it was a good idea? Now that I got you sitting on my fucking couch, you know mercury's bad. Well, mercury's fucking terrible. It's terrifying. But you put it in my mouth. That sounded terrible. And he was like, "Well, we were just following the doctors. Nobody questioned the doctors." He was like, "Nope." My brother came out of the caboose, got some injections, and had spinal meningitis. Died in front of me at home at 3 months. I resuscitated him. I was 7 or 8. Brought him to the hospital. Why does he have brain disease and this thing going and spinal meningitis and all these kind of fucked up things? People with MS, I'm afraid to use the names of my family members, but as I'm going around the table, you realize that everyone has done something. Didn't have MS, and then was a promoter of all the shots you could fucking take. Oh, you can put anything in me. You can put anything in me. And now you have MS. Like you really got it. I mean, you could catch MS that way from flu shots and whatever other shit they're putting in you. I thought MS was something different. Oh, they're using us as fucking guinea pigs. It's in all the products. So then you go to the doctor, he puts you on something else, and this develops. I have family members like this. And then I got one meathead that just looked at me. I don't know if I talked about this, but I said, "Wow, this is crazy what's going on here." We had our dogs hanging out together, just chilling. He's a family member. I'm not going to say who it is because this will start shit. He's a high-ranking official, New York style. I said, "Wow, this is crazy, everything that's going on." He goes, "Oh, we get across our desk, George Soros is paying for protesters to do this, that, or the other thing." So I'm like, "Oh, well, I've been saying that for 20 years. So welcome to the team." He's like, "Now he's on the control board on the other side, watching the statistics and the this and the that that's going on around here." And he's like, "No, we know in advance that this is going to happen. That's going to happen. That's going to happen." So we went down that rabbit hole, and I came out of the rabbit hole, and he goes, "Where does this lead? Where does this fucking lead?" And I said, "ETs, UFOs. Come on, we grew up together." And he looked at me and went, I got to do it from over here. That's just not real. There's no such thing. Give me a break. Listen. He grabbed me and was like, "You're right. There's no such thing. And none of that's real. None of it's real. 100%. He was so secure that he was ready to man up on me, which is probably the worst move you could make as a human being, is to try to man up on me. Because if you're bigger than me, I'm going to want to stab you. Straight up. If you're bigger than me and you're imposing your will, know that I'm 6 ways thinking of how to castrate you in front of your mother. It's just the way it goes, man. You want to push around and be a fucking bully. Now, he wasn't being a bully, but right away, got up in my grill, and I stood there and smiled. I said, "Come on, man. Come on. Nothing?" He's like, I can't even talk to you. I'm not even going to do it. You just sat here for an hour and told me about George Soros. And that is a conspiracy to 90% of everyone. But you take it up one step. This is why I don't use the reptilians as references when I talk to people on the street, because you want to see them lose their shit or just ignore you and make fun of you. Just say reptile man. Just say a being of unknown origin from a different place that looks like something like this. And they're like, "Yep, Frank's done. See you." They go, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You retarded in the head?" That's what I had kids say that. And then last night, I had the opposite occur. I had a car pull up on me with friends of mine in it, which is weird because now that I'm in my late 40s, you pull up on me with a car. I'm like, "Oh shit, something's going to happen." And they're like, "Yo, Frank." I was like, "Oh shit. Yo, what's up, man?" You heard what's going down, right? I'm like, "Oh shit, something in the neighborhood's going down." "No, I didn't hear. What's going on?" He goes, "No. Green energy." I went, "You fucking kidding me, bro?" He goes, "No, I got you on this, bro." I go, "Northern Lights." He goes, "You motherfucker." He goes, "You know." He goes, "We're going to see it." I go, "Where you going?" He goes, "We're going up to the mountains." I says, "Well, what do you think's happening?" He goes, "The sun definitely spit something at us, bro. So, bro, I don't know how this works, bro, but green energy." That's the conversation, bro. I know this sounds weird on the radio, but these are how they work here. "Bro, you don't know? That fucking green energy from the stars, bro. They see that shit in the North Pole." Okay, now I'm going to twist it. Has anybody seen the second part of part 2 of the Christmas Chronicles with God, what's his name? Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell? So in this chronicle of the Christmas Chronicles, it's on Netflix. When you get to the North Pole, the Northern Lights are created through, it's like a force field that comes from the Star of Bethlehem, right? And Santa Claus, has a device, the star you put on top of the tree, that has one fractal, one little dab of light from that star. And that beam creates, well, the beam's from the inside up, and that creates the Northern Lights, but it's a shield so you can't see Santa. And what does the kid do in the movie? I'm not ruining it by saying this, but the whole beef of the movie is the kid steals the light from the tree, so the defenses go down, and the Star of Bethlehem shines for the first time again. And what's all the stories? In the last 800 years, this is newspapers putting this out. You are going to be able to see the star, right? That they saw 800 years ago, the last time they saw it. So I'm like, oh, isn't it a funny coinky dink that exactly what's happening now with because then they have to go through the movie and the shields go back on, all crazy shit happens, and it's amazing. But I'm watching it going, but this is everything that's happening right now, literally. How the fuck did they know to do this last year? It's this weird thing going on with Hollywood, right? And then you have Kurt Russell going, I don't want to do any more movies other than Santa Claus. I want to go out as Santa Claus. Something good for people. Mind my business with politics and all this other shit. And Goldie Hawn, by the way, who is a witch, I know she is, was doing good witch stuff. And I loved it because dark magic is dark magic. You could be anything and use dark magic. You could be a witch. You can be Baby Yoda. You could be Juggernaut. You could be Reggie. You could just do dark magic. But to see a witch, a good witch, doing good witch stuff, healing, she constantly healing people, helping people. You realize she's the whole backbone of the operation, and she does the rituals right on camera. And I'm like, see, those are innocent, not innocent. It's how you decide to use it. The magic's not really good or bad. It's the user. Well, she was doing all this good shit, like really good, and you're like cheering for her. But she was in that spot in Hollywood with those chicks that were all part of that dark magic. But then they said Trump at one point, and then boom, separation. They were wearing MAGA hats on an interview, and then interviews stopped coming, and then they did Christmas Chronicles 1, and it blasted them right back into. And I'm telling you, the kids around here, they all think he's Santa Claus. Like when you watch TV, I want to watch Santa Claus. It's Christmas. They go watch that. A lot of people. So instantly, it went from a negative thing in the movies, like the Jack Nicholson movie where they're all witches and stuff. And then there's others. Bette Midler does a whole bunch of different ones. When you watch them, watch the kooky, they do the kooky magic stuff. Even Harry Potter to a degree. I don't believe it's evil one way or another. Those movies are there teaching you what's going on. Anyway, so they're using good magic for the spirit of Christmas to help. So it's like watching the opposite after they were shunned by Hollywood for just making a few mentions of things. I watched what they did. It wasn't that crazy, but I really thought they were evil at first. I was like, oh, these two are definitely fucking evil. They made it this long here. They're being sucked into the trap. Maybe they were at one point or another, but then something happened and it completely fucking changed. Right. And you could say, well, the bad is dangling the good carrot because it's Santa Claus. I'm like, no, bitch, I'm a shaman. I'm Santa Claus. It has nothing to do with this gift giving shit. It has nothing to do with that. It's about the magic that's in the bag. You know what's in the bag, right? It's fucking mushrooms. It's magic. That's what it really is. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. You could tell me all day, Santa, Satan, Saint Santa, whatever. I'm not even listening to you at that point. It just shows where your jump off point is to me because you're talking about me. Those stories are based on us. So however you fucking twisted it and put it in your demon realm magic shit, once again, everything's demonic. No, not everything's demonic. The system overlay is a motherfucker. Yes. Is it 100% demonic? No. It's 100% corrupt and fucked up, though, because it's all going on. And we were here before, by the way, any of this. You and I, listener at home right now, wherever you are, KG, fucking tell them. Della, tell them. We were here first. The reptilian's like, no, we were here first. I'm like, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. Not only were we here before, we created this place. Like I literally created it with you guys and everyone else that's not listening, or maybe they are listening, and all these other ones that were here and aren't here no more, but it's still right there, right in front of you. We did this. We did it. And now off of our backs, you tricked us. So now I'm supposed to do what? Love the system or something? No, you go fuck yourself. You go take a long walk off a short pier. Have fun. Not us. This is our place. That's why when someone's like, I'm going to fucking run away and we need to exit the matrix. No, you need to take the overlay down to see reality. Some people that'll say, I'm going or I want to leave. Maybe they have, when I said we exit the movie theater, you have other places to go. But to make it like the whole world has got to leave and exit the matrix. No, you got to release yourself from the overlay. Don't make it sound like you got to fucking die to go. Don't scare people. It's not that. That's all bullshit. You can no longer have others lead your life for you by telling you what's real and what's not real. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I really don't want to hear that shit no more. I'm going to keep I'm going to tell you what I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep the story straight. I'm never going to lie to you guys. I'm never going to add or fantasize more extra to it, and I'm just going to leave the story right there. And I'm always, if you think I'm in a teacher position with you, I'm always ask fucking Della what I do to her. Ask Ellen. Shout outs to Ellen. Shout outs to Nick. Shout outs to everyone. Like I send you back to you constantly. It's you. It's not me. I'm right now might be in that place. I'm not really above you. I'm just working where I'm working, and you need help. We all need help. We all need something, right? And I can do that and show you, but you got to do the work. I can't do a damn thing for you. I could hold the space. Good. Come to my house. Go sit right there. I could do that for you. I could provide the cup, the liquid, the alchemy, but you got to do it. Then you got to go do it in your life because it's you. And you'll go, no, but Frank, and yes, I agree, or I don't agree, but that doesn't mean that I'm right. Like there's so many things happening. That's why I was saying, yes, Nibiru, and it's named 50,000 different things to make us all fight over what we're calling what. And yes, meteors, and yes, and Ra, shout outs to Eye of Ra, Ralphie. The meteorites, and because we're seeing in the 4% awareness are actually alive, is sending biological awareness of some kind, or some kind of virus entry code, or some kind of being of some kind comes through. Ra is correct with that 100%. And you tell him, you go tag him in this, say he talks about you all the time in the best ways, man. I love you, Ra. And you are right. Again, he's been right since day one. But I wouldn't expect anything less from a brother. Right? It's just teaching what's there. You don't have to sect yourself into the syndicate to be down with this stuff. There's no secret passwords and whatever that's going to get you into the high realms. That's all made up bullshit. That's for people in fear, using dark magic, trying to trick you and subvert you into all this other bullshit, when I could walk into any one of those fucking places and not only throw a beating on them spiritually, I could walk in and tell everybody there this fucking secrets. You want to be a 34th degree? This is what's up. When you get to learn that you guys just learned a whole bunch of stuff that now you have to forget, because they're going to drag in and show you what's really going on. They're just training you to be a competent fucking toe the party line guy. That's all they're doing. And then when you get in, see, the lower levels argue with me like I don't know what I'm talking about, and the higher levels come and talk to me and have coffee with me. That's the difference, because they don't get it. They're making yes men and all kinds of, they're making you a certain way, then bringing you in this way, and then you can't leave. You once you see this, you there's no going back. And you'll hear famous people once in a while letting that out, like it's like, well, look, if you say anything, this is what happens. They don't maybe come out and say it like that. I've been told to shut my mouth. I tell people, fight me. You come shut the mouth, because it's nobody of importance that tells me to shut up. It's not like the government came and dudes came to my house. I get fucking weirdos in weird positions telling me, yo, man, you're not supposed to be talking about that stuff, or charge for that, man. You should be charging ridiculous amount of money. How come you're not on Patreon? How come the website's not up? Why would you just freely in a conversation skip through leisurely the front door, everything from the greetings to the teachings we don't need to know, to find out that we need to know we know nothing, to come in here to bound up and down and up and down and left and right, go up and down, to go in through the door and see none of that's actually happening. Who's the dummy? Me or you? Dummy? No dummy. I got something stuck in my fucking throat now. It's like up my nose hole. Because they're probably like, dude, shut up. Yeah, I have been feeling easier on my back and neck as the show's gone on. Also, though, I had to take an naproxen before. I never like to take those, but it looks like I have a lump on my back right now. It was so swollen that when I was rubbing magnesium on it because it's cramping, it got so big. I was like, whoa, that doesn't look right. And now it's down. It's pretty down. I was doing this before and it felt like there was a golf ball there. So you're going to be purging. I'm changing the topic real quick. You're going to be purging out things because I'm just looking right now, and dry skin in weird areas, rashes. Dude, I was crying, snotting. I thought my ears were draining in one cry. That's what it felt like. And I had so much junk everywhere. I had to go take a shower. Now, naturally, I was sweaty and clammy. This is nasty, but this is what's happening to me. I know crazy things are happening to you guys out there. Skin rashes and weirdo things. It's going to all rear its ugly head. And when it does, you release it and let it go. And you handle your business the right way now. You should be on the better eating schedule. If you could, at least taking some kind of, I don't know, just eat the right way, vitamins, saying your prayers, eating your vitamins. I don't want to tell you what to do. Mine doesn't work for everyone, but it works. So I can only talk from that level. And then if you have success with something else and you tell me, then I'm definitely going to check it out. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. From day to day, and you see me on the show, you'll see my look change. Not just when I'm in a good mood or a bad mood, but I'll get off the air all bumped up, and then later, oh, my back, oh, my neck. And I catch myself doing it, right? I'm 47. I feel like I'm 80. However, I say to myself, it's amazing how much better I look than all the dudes my age around here. If it wasn't for white in my beard, if it was like a black beard, you wouldn't think I'm like in my late 40s. Paula, definitely not. You'd be like, holy shit. We're beginning to reverse it. But the ups and downs of this place, it's a sine, cosine, still slithers like a snake, kind of, right? With the balance right in the middle. So it's going to be good. Oh, I feel great today. Oh, I can't walk. I can't move. Fuck this fucking place. Oh, you know what? I think I can handle this. I'm going to go for a jog. You go for 2 weeks. I'm jogging. And then you go take a leak. I pulled my back. I can't walk. I have sciatica. We are working through everything. The energy makes it so. If you're light packets compact into dense stuff, you have to release those packets and send out everything you don't need. You already have everything. When Aya and I we had a talk, she pulled all this stuff out of me, and I said, hey, that's me. That's literally, you pulled me out of me. And she's like, no, I just pulled the stuff out of you, but it left me with holes, giant holes, so I look like Swiss cheese. And I'm like, yo, homie, Swiss cheese, what is this all about? I want my back. And she's like, but you don't need it. All right, do you still remember? And then everything she took out was memory, these weird chunks of memory. And I remembered everything. They weren't in me. They weren't on my shoulders, like pushing it all down, and we're doing not a lifetime. See, this was the difference between us and like the lion beings, the cat beings, right? They don't have to live 30 lives, 100 lives, infinite repeating lives to ascend. They do it in a lifetime. Even lifetime could be long. They can live longer lives, right? We're doing every lifetime right now. We're releasing traumas for so many times you've been here, how long you've been here, how long you've been everywhere. You have to purge for all of it. That's why it's so important when they look at us and they're like, wow, you guys are the ground crew, man. You're doing it. And I'm like, doing what? This fucking sucks. And they're like, no, you're releasing it. You're doing what every other being everywhere literally can't do. And you guys think you're nothing. That's the craziest fucking thing we've ever heard. You know, these beings, a lot of them, a lot, are working with us. They all have agendas, one degree or another, but they're all there. And the mimic version of there. The underrealm, the underworld is in hell. Hell is like a dimension of what you would think hell looks like. But you don't go there when you die. There's beings bleeding in here from there that are convincing you we'll send you there if you don't capitulate to what we're saying. It's like, dude, shut up, go back in your fucking hole, and I'm going to close that. That's what you should be doing. When the fucking shadow thing comes out of your closet, know that each doorway is a portal, by the way. Every doorway. So if something's coming out from the doorway, change the knob on the doorway, close it out. Beep. I had to do it right here. People would come here with me, Gina, and Paula here once. Everyone smoked DMT. I got up and was able to walk right over to that side of the room, turned around, looked at the door. The door was open just a little bit. The door fucking opens, and there's a landscape I've never seen. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And it looked like tube worms that were like gigantic. So they were like, I can only call them tube worms. They were just shaped like a fucking dick. And then like at the bottom of the sea, they have these things, right? And they like pop the head out and like tentacles could come out. This thing grabbed me. I was standing over there. The couch was right here where I got the whole computer set up. And all I said was, holy shit, you're not supposed to be. Oh, and it wrapped around me, went down my throat, and I was gagging. And Gina looked up and went, holy shit, what the fuck? And slammed the door shut. The tentacle broke. Everything just fell away. Blah. I started throwing up, freaked out. She's like, don't worry, I got you. Rah, rah, rah. I opened that fucking door up. That wasn't there again. There was something else. And I was like, what's going on here? And then it was explained to me through use of example, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I'm like, well, I don't understand. They're like, they'd go in the wardrobe. They'd open the fucking door and go through the portal into the other place. Alice in Wonderland type stuff. I'm like, oh, that's real? Oh, it's just a portal. Every doorway, as above, so below, is based on a portal. So I'm like, how so? They're like, well, you're outside the house. Open the door. You're inside the house. Things are changing. It's raining outside. Oh, this sucks. It's cold. You come inside. Oh, it's warm. This is nice. Let me get a towel and dry off. Portal into your place. That's your version of it in 3D. But the real deal is it's all just everything's portals. There's portals everywhere. Portals of like and creators go together like peanut butter and jelly, bro. I'm like, what? Like roses and the rain. Like fucking lightning and thunder. Like Superman and Batman. It's just, it works, bro. You mean, so they're like, yeah, you ever go walk into the kitchen and someone's like, get the fuck out of the kitchen. It was completely different in there. It smells great. There's things going on everywhere. And you're just like, holy shit. And they're like, you get the fuck out of here. And you go out, when you leave, you go in the other room. And you're just watching some TV. You're just watching the game. Just having a beer. It's different. It's a different mood. It's chill. It's different. And then you're like, oh, my brother's been working all night. I got him sleeping in the bedroom. And then you got to creep in the bedroom because naturally I fucking leave everything I need in the bedroom while my brother's here. And then I'm tiptoeing in and it's just quiet. It's silent. You could hear the hum of the humidifier. All the cat's eyes glow because they're looking, what the fuck's in here now? Why do you? And I'm going, but the vibe is just different, right? And then for some strange reason, when you go into the bathroom and you turn that shower on, Frank feels like he's in karaoke heaven, singing every song he knows and then every song he hasn't written yet. It's like, well, it only works though when he's in the bathroom, when the water's running and he's in the shower with soap. and scrubbing his back. Just doesn't work any other time unless he's rapping on stage or doing his hip hop stuff. But you'll never see that anywhere other than in that room. And from that room, everyone knows in my house, the bathroom door is right here. So you taking a loud shit, we hear you. I always say, I fucking hate the bathroom is right here. You got the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom's over there, and the bathroom is right fucking here. You know, but I love it now. I don't give a shit. But when people come here, they're like, "Oh, that's the bathroom right there." It's like, yeah, go ahead. I'll be sitting at the computer. It's right on the other side of the wall, right? I'm just laughing. Nothing. It's not terrible. It's just different dimensions, different places, portaling into them. You walk into the doorway, and it changes on the other side, or you go. The party's on the other side of the tunnel, and there's like a little overpass, so you walk in, it's just basically highway, and it's loud noises and cars beeping and all kinds of shit. But you go into that underpass and you could look out on the other side, even though it's dark, there's a light over there, and you see the rides going and people hanging out, you see popcorn and fucking kids. So you go from this like little weird fucking position into this other new position, and you're walking through the wormhole to get there. They're like, you're as above so below. You're literally doing the same thing. But when you activate, now you're going to be just doing it. That was one of the things I think Aaron and I discussed. We had the greatest conversation the other night. And I can't wait till I could just open the fucking portal, open the door, and it's to your place. And then you don't even necessarily have to come over. You could just kind of pop out and be like, yo, homie, let me get some coffee. Or have a cup of coffee, come over and just be like, oh, I had coffee with Frank, and then I went and I saw my girl over here, and then we went over here and visited these people. And it's like, well, you live all the way over there. How'd you do it? Probably opened the portal and just walked in, did what I hung out with Frank. We smoked some weed. Then Frank came over. He said hi, said hello to the kids or something. You know, we just keep it going. I'm like, oh, this is fucking amazing. And it's like, I even thought to myself, well, the privacy thing, they're like, no, you close the door and the portal won't come in your personal space. That's like the permission. Don't come in. You have to knock. I'm like, oh, so they're like upgrades, man, to the best degree. And we're still at the bottom end of things at 5. We're just we're baby starters. Do you know how long we get to do this? I mean, the time is going to be different. You're going to be different. You'll be lighter, visually different, more acute, specifics and defined. You know, here's something else about the body we were talking about before. I saw when I was with Paula, we ate 5 grams and sat. We each ate 5 grams, just sat on the bed. We went through it the one time. I was like, come on, let's hold hands, just fucking do it. And we did it. And we both woke up on the ship. I never went to sleep. I was just like, and she was picking her body. I don't know how this works, because this is what I was like, do we shed this body and it turns into that? Or do we like put our consciousness, take it out of this body and put it in that body, even though that looks just like me? Look, it's me. And they were like, no, come here, try it. And they put me in. And I'm telling you, I was there. I go, I had no tattoos on the new body. I was like, can I have tattoos? He goes, you could have whatever you want, but you don't have to go get a tattoo. You could just, there it is. Oh, upgrades, right? So I looked down. I'm, ooh. I was like, okay. I was doing weird shit. And I'm like, nope, make me taller. They're like, no, you're in perfect height with Paula. I go, you make me another inch taller, or I'm going to break one off in you. All right. And they laugh because they see me in the upgrade going a little bit more. And then the guy was like, well, we could technically go up to 6 inches. I go, no. 1 inch more. Teddy, don't do that. I was like, oh, boom, made me an inch taller. And then I was like, I was jacked. My shoulders were, it was me. It just taller and leaner. Perfect, though. Not a scar on my face, all my original teeth. And I was lighter. I was emanating light. So it was like this, but not quite. Hi, baby. Sorry, me and Teddy have been getting all the animals we've been getting along on another level. It's very interesting. Teddy, you got to give me a few minutes, Booba. Just give me a moment. So the change occurs. We were in the body. I said, so we're picking this. There were people at the controls, and then we had controls and screens. And I'm going, this is really what's up. And I looked over at Paula. And it was her, man. Fucking gorgeous, beautiful, tall. I was like, but they made us like correct height. So it's like the same height we are now with each other, but it's balanced correctly. It's like she's a little taller and I'm a little thinner. So we kind of fit in just a little better. And I'm like, this is amazing. And we were holding hands. And then she was like, let me test this bad boy out. So I'm like, how do we get into these things? And they're like, look, I can't tell you everything, but you're going to evolve into this. I'm like, evolve into it? They're like, yeah. Oh man, this is fucking crazy, right? I'll take it all day. But it takes time. You can't just wake up and be that. Not here yet. You got to unlock the suit and go. Well, how do you unlock the suit? Are you living a good life? Well, I'm fucking broke all the time, but this, that, and the other thing. That's not how you start it. When they ask, are you all right? I'm like, man, I'm fucking thankful, man. I have everything I need. If there's something I don't have that I want, I don't really want for stuff like that. Not anymore. If I did, it was all baby bullshit. Hold on, I gotta let him out. Sorry about that. He made the little I was like, oh, he's got to pee. He'll be right back. So we evolve into ourselves. That's the best I got. They said it's not transferring into the other sleeve. They were like, you're not gonna die here and then do that. They're like, your old body is what you're standing in, and then you never left. You just kind of, this is what it is. It's going to turn into that. And I'm like, yeah, we're not. There's some creatures on this planet that light up, right? Or glow, or give off a glow. That's the best way to say it. It's like a glow that's given off. You guys have seen it on the show before, in each other. When somebody's in the zone or in motion, it's almost like you're viewing them from this position where they're lit a little. You don't know what it is, but their actions, their words, the way they look for the evening. He's in a great mood. He's in no pain. The two of them are getting along great. The cat's and the rant is going and it's glorious. And you're like, bro, it's like you're glowing and activating. It's that all the time. Actually, the light you start to glow. It's not like bright white light. It's like this beautiful light that just glows. And I'm like, where's that coming from? And they're like, you. I go, no, specifically, where's that coming from? There's some weird shit going on again over here. Let me see. No cats are touching nothing. You got to expect electrical weirdness, especially if you're putting out a lot of energy. I know I am. And the TV thing was just blinking. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you be doing that? Maybe it's me. Maybe. But all I know is once I saw myself glowing a little, it was a wrap. I tell people, forget about the deception. This is the undeception. This is where you deceive me, but I'm going to grow into my position and you ain't shit. How's that sound? How's that sound? You ain't shit. At that moment, I look at the deception and I'm like, I'm going up. I'm not leaving. I just grounded my energy. You will eventually be gone. This is getting cleaned. I love life. I think you do too. I know it's hard right now, but I think down deep inside, you came here to do something. You can't leave without doing that. And then enjoying, you're getting rid of every lifetime of trauma, and you're not going to be allowed to live a good life at one point. No, you're going to be allowed to start fucking practicing so you could learn how to manifest, so you could go backwards in age, so you don't maybe need a light bed. Maybe you just activate and you're the person that can walk around and go, you healed. And you don't even got to do it like Jesus. You just walk over and go, oh, look at Frank's big bald head. Let me give you a big fat kiss, right? And that's it. You walk away and Frank's going, yo, man, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty fucking good. And then I go on to just start living better. Boom, healed. Right? So to get into those positions, we got to go do what we got to do. I do a lot of internal meditation, a lot of talk inside. I got it down to, I know the voices. I know the faux me when they're talking at me and in my voice. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll do this. No, that's not a good idea. I'll just say, I can hear you. And if I look, I'll see you. And that shit don't bother me. So I was sitting outside today on the mushroom, and I remembered that Paula's brother was here, and we smoked DMT, and we were outside. And people tell me, the beings, I don't see them, whatever. I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on in your head. To see them, you have to like let some stuff go, because you have like these internal things that'll block that out through the through the bags over our heads, through that faux matrix stuff. We can't see them. So we're sitting outside. It was cold, and I had a blanket on. He had a blanket on. We had two chairs, and we were hitting it right there and putting it down in between us, which I don't want to do. There's 50 windows out here for people to just look and see us, but we did it. And a fucking zipper opened right in front of us. It looked to me like someone unzipped right in front of us. Just the environment, like just zip, and it opened. There's nothing behind. It's this thing just unzippered, and two fucking insects came out. There were two insect men. They didn't come out. They opened it and kind of was leaning out. So he must have, I don't know what the fuck happened. He was like, yo. I go, yeah, I was thinking in my head, nobody ever sees shit. But when this happens and you're like, yo, I don't know where the block is that you're not seeing. And I don't know. It's not him. This is with a lot of people. I think it's called fear because you shit yourself and you want to not think that that's there. You're like, no, that couldn't have possibly happened. Like, you're so scared. So I laughed and was like, oh, go fucking figure, right? And I took my blanket and whipped it around, and it looked like I pulled the background behind us in front of us. And the insect men jumped back. They were not expecting that. It was the fucking craziest thing. I can't even tell you what kind of, they had antenna, the kind of triangle-y face, like the mantis would have, but not as bold at all. They weren't that big. They were like people size. Skinny limbs. Hard, because wait till I tell you what I did. And I've talked about this before, but it rehashes itself when I'm sitting in the same position going, what did I do with my life ever? And they're like, yo, you remember what happened when Paula's brother was here? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. So I pull the background, and they're like, I can't see. So I can see their torso. It looked like they were wearing something that like meshed with the actual body, because they have their skeleton on the outside. It was really weird. The thing goes, oh, he's right there. So I'm thinking, oh shit, he's going to see me. Right. But I also, now I'm dosed hard. I'm giggling like, hey. So I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers could hear me. So I'm holding him, and we're looking, and this dude, the bug being insect, takes this stick out. It looked to me like a flashlight, but it had this little thing that was lighting up on the end, and it was making a noise, right? So I go, this motherfucker's going to try to stun me. So he sticks it, and I feel it penetrate the fake surrounding I put in front of me. I felt it penetrate that. And I don't even know what the fuck that was about. So I backed up, right? We're sitting in seats. So I just went, and then I look at, I'm not going to say his name. I looked at Paul's brother, and then I was like, yo, he's going to try to poke us with that. So he just, I could hear you. He starts doing that, and I grabbed it. I was like, and he just pulled it away from me. And I was like, oh, yeah, motherfucker, come on. Come on. He's like, we can see you. I'm like, no, you can't. So this went on momentarily, right? And they went away. Fuck out of here. They tried it. I tried to take that thing from him. I tried to take it. He had this like claw type hand, but it wasn't a claw. It could wrap around shit. So he had a fucking grip on it. And I was like, oh shit. I thought that by walking up, right, from, because in real life you could kind of be like, oh look, and the guy be like, I got my giant pen and I'll fucking, I go, back, get out of here, give me that shit. And, oh, I try to do that to it, and it was holding on to it, and when I grabbed it, it just pulled back the other way. I was like, holy shit, he's got a grip. And then I was laughing, and he's like, oh shit, and I'm like, another one, but I don't see anything. I think the fear behind that, people want to forget that. I don't want to forget that. I just watched The Fourth Kind last night, and there was so much fucking screaming in that movie. It was driving me nuts, but I understand that fear of them being in the room. I've had them eat me, like kill me. I don't know what lifetime, but it's happened. It's happened in a couple of different ways. It's really fucked up, and they do terrible things when they just take you and put you there. So I get it. And I'm watching it like kind of stiff, going, if that motherfucker rolled up, he's now naturally, if they're going to physically take you, they're going to take you. So I can't talk shit, but there's this thing that they can't take you. If you're like, I'm not down with this, you're not doing shit. And they don't. They back off. And I kept saying to myself, I won't be in fear when it flies over the house or it does this or that. I don't care anymore. I'm the fantastic here. If you're rolling up like that, it must be from me. And where am I going to go anyway if a reptilian chases me up the fucking block? Right? I'm slow. I'm older. I got a bad back. Yeah, I'm not running nowhere, bitch. We'll just go down, do what we got to do. But it's not like that. It's really not like that. Most of the ones that are involving themselves from here on out are going to be pretty chill. It's going to be intense. It's going to be different. It's a new life. It's a new beginning. These people aren't here to save us. This is us. That's so hard to explain to people. They're versions of us here to help. You know, time and space could be bent and traveled in different directions and this or that. And you can go do whatever the fuck you want. And as the creator, here's the thing about the light being. We don't have to try to do anything. That was the wonderful thing that I've noticed. When on the high level, they said, basically, you're multidimensional for sure, but the light body is the higher you in the body with you. Like you merge and you're one. You're not any, you're just the real you, all of you. You're the singularity. I talk about it all the time. So that character can do whatever it wants. There's no reptilian that could stop you. There's no army that can stop you. There's no snake man that could stop you. There's no army of snake men that could stop you. There is no stopping you. If you're not doing anything wrong, I don't even know what that means on that level. If you're not fucking up things up and making it annoying for other people, you could just move around freely doing anything. Anything. Nobody could do that. Nobody does that. They're like, Frank, you're the StarShip, dude. On that level, I'm like, yeah, but to get to that level, I got to die and do all this. They're like, no, you don't. You guys are in that right now. You're doing it. This is that moment that it's being done right now, right here. So there is time that needs to go by from here to there to get there, but it's not what you're thinking. Fucking lifetimes of this shit. They're like, no, a bunch of yous agreed to do this right here, right now to show, look, it's us. This is the advanced version of you. I'm not better than you. I'm showing you you can do it. So I take on me doing it. Do you guys see lights? Weird lights every once in a while here on this side of the screen. I saw them down here and up here, flashing and then moving quick, very small. I don't know if you guys see that, but I'm picking it up from behind me. It's pretty interesting. So we are going to transform, and then to show the rest of the population that's part of that, no matter where they are in the world, that they can do that, mixed in with all the other beings. How fucking crazy is that? So I can just do whatever, whenever. Yes. I can travel anywhere, anywhere. Yes. My thing was, will I be able to speak languages? And they're like, oh yeah. They're like, that's what you wanted to ask? I'm like, yeah. I'm a platypus sometimes when it comes to talking. Like, I can be down with anyone anywhere, but I always have a hard time. I sound like an Italian from the Bronx trying to speak Spanish or Italian. It does not come out right. So I can't even imagine another language coming out of my mouth. And then when I worked with Joe and Della, I had light language pouring out of my mouth, and I've spoken like that before. It sounds like crazy gibberish, but it flows differently than gibberish for sure. It's almost like you're speaking out hieroglyphics. I can't explain it. And when I'm not doing it, it just sounds like mumbling, jumbling. But when it kicks in and activates, because I get yelled at once, why are you not doing that? Why are you not using the light language? And I'm like, I have no clue what you're fucking talking about. And then I seen someone doing that, and I was like, yeah, bullshit. I called bullshit. And then when I was unlocked more, the Palladium, the lady Wendy Kennedy from the Palladium Collective was on the screen, and she went into this light language, and it knocked me over. It like pulled something out of me. It was fucking weird. And then from there, I had no problem with it. It sounds like it's coming in from here. It sounds so weird, like a tube, and then fills your body and comes out of your mouth. So it's really easy when you're open to that stuff. It was so interesting. When I looked at Joe and I did it, it was like light was coming out of my mouth, and I was holding my hands actually like this out in front of me. And it was like I was holding a giant thing of water or something, and it was just filling that and pouring over that. And then I just walked towards him and put my hands on either side of his head, and everything started just flowing into him. And he was like, dude, I love the way that sounds. I'm like, oh, you're back. It's like the other thing that was just talking to me. I don't know what's happening here, but I know what's happening. I knew what was happening, but I don't know what's happening. Little Frank was bugging the fuck out. I can't believe it, but I'm done blinking my eyes going, is this real? I'm done. I'm going to stay in the pocket with you. I'm looking right at you. It's real. I got you. Right? Like, come on. Like, they'll tell you, keep your eyes open or keep your eyes closed, because you always fucking flick your eyes or something, taking away the image, depending on what we're trying to show you, how to work with you. Imagine having someone teaching you visually, and then you just open your eyes. Now you're outside of the movie theater, back in the body, and you're looking, and now they have to switch it to a hearing, feeling, sensation to pick up where we left off. Then you close your eyes again, right? We fix all this shit. We go through the whole process, and we're able to just go. Manifestation happens quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. Where is that on the other end? It's called instant manifestation. And then you have things like replicators. See, the future is going to be wonderful, because you're going to be able to grow food everywhere. We're all going to have enough space. We're all going to live the way we need to live, and it'll be correct. And if you need anything, you'll be able to go to a replicator and just do it. But on another end, you're not going to need the replicator. You're going to have a holodeck for yourself, right? Like, this is what I was talking to them about today. I need to train in the holodeck. And they're like, what? I'm like, I can't train here. I need an activation point that I could walk in and say, computer, put this at level 1. Time for me to learn this. So I don't have to buy 50 pieces of equipment to do something. I can just do it there and learn it and then come out and have it. And they're like, oh, okay. What else? I'm like, how am I going to, my body's in pain all the time. So learning over there how to do something from a couple of perspectives to make it, to make the slip back in easier so I could come here and do it, but not have to sit through this pain and figure every fucking detail out down to the core and not just throw everything up in the air like the end of a Monopoly game because I'm bugging the fuck out. I've had it with this bullshit. Like, let me do that and fuck up over there a couple of times and see what I'm doing and let me see it and remember it. So I come back here and go, okay, ooh, I know I need to be in position at least like this, and I can do everything from this position. And then all I do is, and then mentally I remember doing this, and that's it. Let it go. Let's start doing it. Training properly. This isn't like Matrix plugging it in your fucking head. I was like, let me get in there and rumble. Let me get in there and fucking choke somebody out on level 1. Let me start. We're going to have that. I talked about the pads. They look like iPads. They're made of clear glass. They're like, you got to be careful how you work these things because it could send the hologram into the room with you. So as you're studying or watching something, you could watch it from all these perspectives. However, when you activate it and you're like in a star fight and you're watching dudes go to war, it's happening in your room. It's going to look live. You might want to think that one over. Swimming with the sharks, you might want to think that one over if you're not ready to do that, because if they just handed this device to me and I turned it on underwater scenario, so I'm underwater learning, but I'm standing in the room, so I'm not actually swimming. But at some point your body might freak out and think you're underwater and you start holding your breath because it looks like you're underwater, but it's crystal clear. Like it's mind-blowing. So then when these animals come in, now you're trapped underwater with the animal and they're running around and you're watching them feed on something, or you're just watching them do something, but it's in the room with you. So it's, your body and the senses in your body can get confused. It's like having the VR mask on, except it's out here. You just turn it on. Boof. You don't got to put nothing on your head. But it's real. But it won't affect you like it can't. The dragon can't burn you with the fire. That doesn't happen. However, have you had a life-size dragon spitting fire coming right at you ever? If you get scared, run, you hit the wall. You're in your apartment. So you have to train on these things. They're like, don't do stupid stuff because you can get stuck out there inside the flesh, not prepared for this technology. I'm like, oh, I could see that. Definitely see that, because I turned it up. It was like, I turned it on and it turned the knob. There's no knob. All I did was look at it, hold it, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it was on. And when I turned my hand, it went into the room. And I went, holy shit, that's fucking scary. But that's pretty awesome. They're like, yeah, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I got to turn this knob down. And I made it to where it was out of it, like that far. So I could just look at it like it was jumping out of the iPad in 3D. It was like hyper HD. You could look at it from any direction. Same exact thing. And you go like that and it just opens. I was like, what the fuck? This is amazing. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, what is this connected to? What information? They're like, everything. All the Akash. There you go. I'm like, man, I want to use this so bad every day. And they're like, train on it, then you use it. So when I go to them, I'm like, yeah, train me, man. I want to get in the fucking training, bro. I don't give a fuck about like little ghosts and ghouls around the corner. Like, dude, we're gonna slap them. If I train and get better, I'll be better at defeating those things, even in myself and in life. Think about that stuff to think about. Let me take a look at at what's happening in the chat real quick. Hey, what's happening, Oracle Eyes? What's up, Rolla? Yeah, this is all spell language. Everything that this is about is to get us to not think that we're the real deal and to put it over onto something else. It must be this or it must be. No, it's me. It's me. It's you. And as a teacher, I will always teach that, and I'll always be in the mode of being the student, even at the time of being the teacher. It's so relevant to be doing this. All right. Well, I'm going to just check the bottom of the chat. I love you guys so much. My first experience. What about you? My first experience. All right. So first experience was episode 1, volume 1. I'm going to just sum it up real quick. I was injured. I smoked first. I went through the whole meeting Source, Satan, Lucifer, myself, the soul trap machine, the moon matrix, how it's projected, the rings of Saturn, how they're being created, how it was like a record player pushing the sound out in our direction, keeping the false matrix on. It's not literally a wrap around the planet. They're using a device, a piece of technology, and it surrounds everything. It wafts in us. It's an energy that keeps us in a low, heavy, dense setting. And then other devices pulling as your soul dies. It's like that false light matrix. The tunnel opens. You think it's your peeps. They come, oh, come with us into the light. Come into the light. You go into it, boom, you come shooting right back out again. As you make that flip, your energy also becomes a meal to some of these creatures. So I basically cried and cried and cried and cried. So much more to it, but when I was asked if I wanted to do it again, would you do this again? Are you ready to do this again? I said, yes. Not like that, though. I was crying. I was like, yes. I was a giant puss, but I wanted it because there was nothing more better. I don't know, man. Nothing more better. So what's better than information? Since everything is information, right? So it's like, well, food's better than information sometimes. It's like, really? Well, you're eating information. When you go out to the sun, it feels good. But I'm like, the sun is feeding me. But the sun is feeding you what? When you look, the sun rays have light language in it. So you're feeding on information. So a minute you get the taste of that information, correct truth. I'm never swayed from anything. I just tell the story what it is. Your personal opinion is a personal opinion. All right. Like the other week, I was deceived by both the Galactic Federation and reptilians, but they were unaware of the deception themselves. They're part of the big part of the big part of the big. There's always someone above you pulling a fucking string. Things are getting set up and manipulated from different areas. So yeah, there's fake ones and there's real ones. And there's multiple. I'm sure using words like Galactic Federation, holy shit, can mean anything. What else would you call that? The Federation of Federate. I don't know. You come up with a fucking name, you tell me. Right? But everything's in here, in you. You be the singularity. You be the one to make the change. You get your power back. It's your birthright. This is why, see, we think it's rude to be commanding. Like, I command this to be so. My word is truth, or, you know. You got to remember what that is. We got to go back to that. I want to do this so bad, but I don't desire to do it on a it must happen crazy kind of out. I know it's going down. And I know, like, I get these little level up peaks where I'm like, yeah, we're doing it, man. We're doing it. And that's enough. That's enough to get me to the next thing. But do know this, there is a next thing. And as you're taking this journey where it leads you to the truth, don't be afraid. Embrace it. They're all here for you. Little old you and little old me. Just use your discernment. I wouldn't leave with anyone in the first time I meet them, but I would meet them just how I am. I'm down for someone's got to do it. And there's people out there doing it right now. As I'm saying this, it's happening out there. There must be someone. Yep. No, there's just probably thousands of them doing it. Who knows? Millions. Who the fuck knows at this point? I feel like we're going to get to a point where it's going to be a joke to think any less. How could we have thought anything less? And we're going to be like that. Of course. And we'll be echoing that from up there and then looking back going, oh, shit. Don't forget. We were all meatheads at one point. So breaking the infinite loop. What's up? Going in with the mushrooms on the 21st to see what the energy's like. Any thoughts, Frank? Absolutely. I'll be seeing you there. I'm eating mushrooms, going in. I want to see what's going on. I want to know. And I know that I could trust. I was telling this to the mushroom, and I wasn't blindly saying it. I was like, you got me. It's like, yeah, I got you. I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone right now. I don't want anyone coming in here. And then he left. And I go, it was the voice of the mushroom. I go, where'd you go? Because it was this mushroom character looking thing. And not silly. It looked real. It was like the mycelium was a human body walking with me. And he's like, well, you wanted everyone to leave. I said, everyone but you. You're my brother. Oh, yes, of course. I go, I feel you. I trust in this. Oh, yeah. Man, thank you so fucking much, bro. Thank you so much for letting this happen. Thank you for this. I went through this whole thing on the bed, and then he said to me, do you remember what you said to me in the bedroom? So I'm like, I don't know, man. A lot of shit was going down. I was helping you with a few things, and then I said, okay, that's all done. Your fear, I cried. I cried so much for an hour straight. Fucking, it was like, oh. And then I came out of that, and I said, no, mushroom, because he said, what could I do for you next? What could we do? And I said, no, mushroom, what can I do for you next? He was like, what? Yeah, man, what can I do for you, bro? Can I do anything for you? Could we do something together? Maybe that's fun. That has nothing to do with this. I don't know. I like you play catch. You fucking. I don't know, man. I don't know. You like to dance. I don't know where to go with this. But can I do something for you? I was like, yeah, you don't got to do nothing for me. I don't know what the fuck that was. But I was like, are you sure? Because I'm the creator. I could. You doing what you just did was enough. And then I was outside and he was telling me this. You remember that? Because I was tripping pretty hard. And I'm like, well, I love you. And I'm tired of like having to fight the fight, being blind, and then discernment, and then this and that and this, but also just giving up and just giving in and submitting 100,000%. Like I gotta play this weird balance game with you guys. But I love you. And I appreciate you, because without you, I don't know what the fuck I would have done. Like, I'm thanking everyone. I'm thanking my enemy at this point. I'm like, man, thanks. I'm in my position because you fucking suck so bad to me that I went and changed myself. So I'll be nothing like you. Something everybody should think about. Everyone should think about this. Your word being what you mean from now on. And don't let your pride hurt you. And hold on to something like a tight ass. And don't let everything go so easily. There's a balance in this, but make your word mean something again. Make it mean something, and don't fucking say anything if you can't do anything. You just fucking say, man, I love you, whatever, and you say what you got to do. But I don't suggest getting involved if you can't, like, they always say in the business, oh, I'll make you a star, kid. If you come with me I'll get you a job and I'll fucking do this for you. And I'm fucking shut it down. Shut that shit down. You ain't saving nobody. Just relax. Make your word mean something. If you can do it, then do it. If you can't, you can't. And if you cannot answer it, don't answer it. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, people tell me, oh, you're a know-it-all. And then they see me and they're like, he has a problem with that. It's like, well, you think because you're watching him on here and he's answering all these weird questions and shit. You start asking me math questions, I'm going to be like, I'll have to look that up. Some historical shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't have reference points. I was a meathead growing up. This is all fresh to me and cool. But a lot of it's a stolen history and rewritten, so I can't trust it. So I don't want to read your book. I don't want to study that. I got books to go over and review that keep me in the mood and going, and then you're beat. My information comes straight from down that tube from source into me, and then anything I'm aware of around me and what I'm seeing and feeling. It's just the position I'm standing in and the perch I'm using to look. You pan in and out all day long, right? I'm in, I'm not in, 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 I'm over here. Like, it's just all day, all night. Well, about this. Well, what about it? Well, this too. Okay, so you're panning in, panning out. It's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad. It's 1, it's 0, 1, it's 0. Remember what's going on. Don't be afraid. I'm going in on the 21st. If there's new energy coming in, my heart usually doesn't work right for, like, I feel it not in rhythm with something and have to eat mushrooms or meditate hard in nature. I would feel it slow and then catch back into a position. So that's been happening to me. That's why I ate today. I didn't want to eat because of the show, but then I wanted to eat because I wanted to eat it. I'm like, I want to heal. I don't give a fuck no more. I don't have time to wait. I can't ruin a Saturday afternoon by knowing Saturday night I have to talk on the radio, but really all I'm doing is helping myself. It's like putting off the treatment till tomorrow. It's like, I can't. I cannot wait till tomorrow because I don't want to. But I'm not going to fit I'm not going to take a square peg and try to bang it into a round hole just because I'm doing it. Balance. So I want to see this new energy coming in. I've already witnessed the event 50 fucking times till Sunday. And I'll tell you what I do remember about my viewings of the event. It does take place in cold weather. That's what I saw for where I am. And it's fucking, tonight it's a little warmer, but we're in December going into January. A lot of this stuff has to close out by mid-January. And the energy that comes in on the 21st permeates for the next 1,000 years. So it's not really the event. It's the energy that comes in. That's like the Kyle Permanente awesomeness energy. And then now we're wafting in it permanently for the next 1,000 years. Like, we're passing through that now. That's the low level of things. And it's going to be high, the energy. It's going to be weird at first. And then it is what it is. But the event takes place when they go, you are the event. You are the event. It takes place when everyone internally somehow gets on board, clicks out. We go to hit that 51% and see you, off to the moon we go. Right? It's the only way the AI computer system cannot dictate a logical ending to this. From seeing it from every angle, every position, out of my eyes, your eyes, puppet arms, tentacles in your fucking ass, controlling things, the Vatican, the Lucifer telescope looking back at the planet from the fucking moons with giant reptilian men. They're not going to know. No one knows. But when that 51% hits, it's going, whatever that means to the entire planet. I want to see that energy coming in. I want to see it. Information is not wisdom. You are correct, but wisdom is gained through experience, and you gain experience by collecting information and going on your path. So it's all relevant. Everything that we do from here on out, okay, is, if you don't pay attention to the script, is 100% fresh and brand new. You'll be in place as the thing goes off, whatever that means. It can go off in you personally, and there is no colorful effect, although there's green energy that we're going to see over the planet. So we just go back to the Northern Lights thing again, because it's something we weren't told correctly, and things were happening like this or like that, and we were assuming certain things, and meanwhile, it's in front of us. So it starts with this and ends with this. We talked about all the signs, the fires and meteors. We were talking about Rob before being correct. The meteors are coming. The meteors are coming. The meteors. Every 5 minutes, there's a fucking meteor coming by the planet. And what is it going to do? What the comet? What's the comet going to do? Nothing. We get to see it though. There's going to be a lot of them, and then it comes back around. Well, what is it? A delivery system of some kind? A being of some kind that appears to us like this, and then they could hit and they could land, and then you find out that when you make a trek to Mecca, that giant cube that everyone's spinning around, that's creating a giant magnetic vortex event around a fucking meteorite. And no, the box isn't the meteorite. It's actually a stone inside. And they go and they kiss the stone and shit. They're creating the vortex around this thing that we think is one thing, and it's something different. Okay? So we find this stuff out. It's going to be really interesting and awesome. Also, the Age of Aquarius, I think that starts in January. I think that, so out with the old, in with the new. There's always some kind of, this is what you got to be aware of. But they say not everybody's going everywhere. So you might have the New Age Jesus. That character, whoever it might be, shows up alongside of everything else. Like I have this weird feeling like it's all real and it's all going to go down. All of it. And some people are going to be privy to see some stuff, and others some stuff, and certain things that you might be curious about actually have nothing to do with you or your position, and you're kind of curious about it, while other things are popping off over here, making people go, whoa. It's all about it's all about it going down. When people say these experiences and you debunk them and you try so hard to smash them and make fun of them, and it's like, oh, man, I can't even talk to my enemy and go, you know what? Outside of the shit I'm calling you bullshit on, I can't talk any more than just saying that, because your output is still incredible. So you're going to have to be aware at all levels as the world comes crumbling apart. All the crabs in the bucket, all the hands are going to go up at once, grabbing everyone who's ever next to whoever, trying to pull it. We're there going, let it up, because it's going to pull, whoop, come right up. It's going to bring it's that tide that raises all the ships. So get ready and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, the new age stuff is going to be there. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. It's going to be floating. And you got to be like, yeah, whatever. Right? You teach what you teach. You move through what you know. Don't be so judgy McJudgy, and just keep rocking out. Right? You can. I fight the judgment thing. I fight it. Fuck this one. Fuck that one. I know better. I fight that in my head. And I realize when I shut it up, it's that ego. It's like the flesh suit I wear comes already pre-installed with the ego. And it's like at a flat baseline. And then we get out into distractions and living a life and all kinds of shit. And the ego turns into this thing. And you have to get that control on it. So no matter what, you're going to have to hear this thing. Right? So as I gain control of it, I have a solution. Rather than a fucking another problem. I don't want to hear it no more. And I'm sure you don't want to hear it no more. You don't want people barking at you. Oh, you got to do this, or I got to save the world, or you got to save this, or save yourself. Don't worry about everyone else. Watch what happens. Because I say that and I go, save yourself. Don't worry about anyone else. Then you start that path of saving yourself, and you'll go over and you'll see a hand reach out and you'll grab them and just pull them up, and you'll be like saving people as you go. But it's, sometimes a person needs a lending fucking hand. Not a gimme. The hand comes up. Come on, I'm ready. And you're like not in position. I'm not prepared for this. I don't know what's going on. Bang. And your hand is there to help. Everything works out. Why does it work out? Because you're the creator. Why wouldn't it fucking work out? But I don't just leave it blindly like that. I'm using discernment on every level. Because if I bring you in and you start fucking me over and you start taking things and robbing and stealing and you try to touch one of the cats the wrong way or do something weird with Paula, pardon me, sir, but would you care to step outside? That's just how we roll here. I will beat the shit out of you. But however, I don't want to. It's a balance point. It's a balance point. And I don't walk around wanting to threaten and fight. You could see me in the video. I'm fucking crooked. A child could drop kick me and knock me unconscious. But I'm just saying, it's the fight that goes on in the mind. I'm going to win. Oh, here's another thing. If you don't want beings taking control of you for any weird reason, if you have that issue, learn control over yourself. Learn this control system. And resisting their domination, their dominion over you is a superpower. Because they try that shit with me. They'll like step in and try. I'm like, get out. Oh, you go kill your mother. And it's like, no, get out. Boom. And it just explodes out. And I'm like, that's really weird. In the comic books, Batman does that. And there's a couple characters that could do that. Like they're almost unable to be taken over by the mind. It's called resisting dominion or domination. Right. So the height of Batman, who's just the human perfection guy, right? His mind works best. If he could resist it, why can't I? He literally has no superpowers, but you can't take his mind. He's always saving the fucking day. And it's like, yep. It's like, it's almost like it's magic. He's got something for everyone. And if he has time, he wins every time. Every time. I'll be like Batman. Do it. Do more. Right? Yeah, it's the age of knowing. What the hell is that noise? Who's licking who? Making that weirdo noise. It's so awkward. I was like, where am I? All right, well, look, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for sticking in there. I saw a bunch of stuff in the post, and all I can say is if anyone donated anything to me, or asked me something and I didn't get to it, look, I love you, and I thank you so, so very much for just even spending your time with me, right? Even if you just find me amusing and my head bald and weird and my beard weird and all this weird shit, whatever. Or if you're just waiting for me to say the next thing about the guys that I talk about, or whatever. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. Every bit of your energy goes with love and awesomeness throughout my house with my family. And we love you. And that's why we keep showing up every week. That's why we've been here for years now. It's nonstop and it's nonstick. Right? If you need me, you just hit me up. All right. I will get to you if I haven't got back to you quick. The other day I looked, there were 60 messages and I went, I've never had 60 messages at once. And I started to freak out. So it took me a couple of days to get back. I'm trying my best and I love you so much. Right. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Stay fearless and remember, the universe rewards bravery. Love you guys so much. Peace.